people on the Keeler Show today.
It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen?
Keeler's always in the know.
It makes me want to call him
And tell him where to go.
And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started. It's time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Yeah, plug it in, Davey. This is going to be an exciting day. An exciting radio program. I'm all excited today. Why am I excited? Why am I excited? Welcome to the program here for Thursday morning. We're going to start with a little music here. A little something that is fitting. And now it's time for our long-distance dedication.
Now you say
This is for Andrew and Davey. Beautiful song called
You
Cry Me a River.
long night through.
You guys have got to calm yourselves. Holy moly.
Easy to say.
I had to pull,
Easy for you to say.
I had to pull over. First of all, I just want to say to Richard this morning.
Who's stupid now?
I wanted to say to Richard this morning, because every time I take a day off, Richard sends me a nasty gram, if you will. Tomorrow,
He loves you.
I am
He loves
off
you.
tomorrow because I have to go for my big doctor's appointment to start the medicine. And they moved everything. Everything changed yesterday. So all of my schedules changed, and it became an event yesterday. Now we're now using a physical. Can you believe this? A physical calendar to try to keep track of everything.
Well, no, that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, my wife's like, I got to see this. I can't be using the iPhone for calendar anymore.
No, it's too easy to miss something.
So they moved everything till Monday. So for Richard, not for you, Andrew, not for Davey, not for anyone else, but for Richard, I will be here. I could have just taken tomorrow. I already had it arranged. I could have just taken tomorrow off, but I will be here tomorrow.
Well, we appreciate
I'm going to
you.
blow. It'll be awful. I will not perform well, but I will be here.
Well, you'll be like the Yankees. That's totally fine. That's awful.
And listen. Can you plug this in there, Davey?
It is
You can go
easy
right
for
into-
you as the Mets fan, as the fan of the team.
I'll do it. You keep talking.
It's easy for you as the fan of the team that just devastated my team.
No, it's
and
not.
Davey's
Listen to
team
me.
to say
Listen to me.
that.
No. I've followed teams that have been really good and teams that have been really bad. Oftentimes, most times, we're really following losing teams. Very few fans get to be like the Patriots or the Yankees, where they always win. Very few fans get to be like that. So what I'm saying to you is, you're ready to fire everybody and
2009. 2009
So
is the last time they won the World Series.
But you
they
think
will
this
not
is,
win.
You feel like this is the big collapse.
Yes, and
And
mark
it's
my
starting
words.
right now.
And it's
Okay.
it's been revealed, right?
Yeah.
You have a few little elements go. I mean, I don't know what team it was that started the season. You know, it was really fun to watch and nice, but I'm telling you right now, I saw early signs of it, and everybody told me I was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, come on, they're one of the best teams in the league. How can you even say that? You're nuts. No, I'm not. I'm not, because look at the last few games. Pitching, everyone says, oh, they've got the best pitching staff in the league. Really?
Anyway, the Mets are now at 500. You guys laughed at me when I said that could happen, and I was actually pretty close to the score. I had the teams mixed up, though. I
never laughed at
said
you.
the Yankees are probably going to win 16-2 or something. Well, it was 12-2, but the Yankees didn't win.
The best part of that game was the rain delay. That I could stop the bleeding and I can calm down a little bit.
It was the worst part. It just kept going on. And, normally a rain delay will negatively affect the team that is in the lead. And that didn't happen last night. So.
No, they instantly came back and scored. But to my point of what you had said, yes.
Okay.
Do I think everybody should be fired? Yeah, I think Brian Cashman, who's been there since I was 6 years old, okay, is washed up. He's terrible. He doesn't know how to build a team. He goes after has-beens. He doesn't develop his farm club. He doesn't look at analytics properly. And thank you.
Yeah.
And Aaron Boone is a terrible manager.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is just like last year, it's going to get to a point where the team doesn't want to play for him because he doesn't know how to manage.
Davey, you want to
And
add
we will
anything?
not win a championship with Aaron Boone as the manager and Brian Cashman as the general manager. I mark my words.
Davey, you want to add to this at all?
I agree with Andrew.
Okay.
Brian Cashman has to go. Aaron Boone has to go, but they got a manager in Joe Girardi if they want to bring him back that could retool this team and make them win a championship. If this team don't perform after the first round of the playoffs, it's done.
So now we're talking about the playoffs. All right. Well, listen to me. Here's my little weak lack of knowledge assessment. Are you ready?
I put up with the Buffalo Bills losing 4 Super Bowls in a row.
You're absolutely right.
I'm still a diehard Bills fan.
We remain a fan. So,
and I'm not saying I'm not a fan.
Anyway,
I'm just saying as a fan, I can be critical.
Okay, let me just say this, if I could. You came up against a team that is playing the best baseball it has played probably in the last 10 years. And although a couple years ago the Mets had a pretty, and really, this is a really kind of a different ball club now. But you came across the Mets when they're very hot. That is very difficult to go in and play a team when they're really hot. I don't care who you are, whether you're the Yankees or whatever. And the Yankees still have the best record in the American League. They still are how many games above 500? I understand you could be collapsing now, but probably not. They'll probably almost every team goes into a slump. This jumping off the bridge thing, you got to let it go.
No, I've always been hanging off the bridge, and I've been rappelling down it. And the point is,
because you want them to win every game, for God's sake.
No, I don't even care about that.
Right.
I don't even care about that. Listen. If they get behind by 2 or 3 runs, they can't do anything offensively. Alex Verdugo hasn't been on base in like 3 weeks.
All right, right.
Most of the middle of their lineup.
All right. Well,
terrible.
Listen, it is. I don't know where this
Show
is.
a fight. Show a little bit of fight. Don't
know,
just get blown out.
I don't know where this is going for the Mets, but I can say this: 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe it was a month ago. I felt like we were in for one of the worst seasons ever. But who was the one coming in here and saying, listen, it's going to turn around for this team? No, they're the worst team in the world. No, they're not. I'm telling you, this is a good team. They're going to turn it around. They're going to make the playoffs. I've been saying that forever, and nobody listened to me. Now, just keep in mind, the Mets are still at 500. They're in the conversation now. Finally, so I'm happy with that.
And they always play the Yankees well every time they're
Yeah,
Subway
most of
Series.
All right, let's listen to this.
And
okay,
they've won.
to my point.
And they've won how many games in their? I think they've won like 16 of their last 20 games or
Yes,
something. I mean, the
you are
Mets
correct.
are red hot in June. So let it go.
June 15th, Red Sox 8, Yankees 4.
Okay, I'm not going through
June
this.
6th, 9-3.
I do not want to go through this.
9-3.
Can you tell me?
17-5.
Can you tell me?
8-1.
Davey, what's her top? What is
It's awful.
Tanya's topic? Do you know?
Tanya's topic is, I printed the sheets, Davey. The judge has partially lifted the gag order for.
Okay, for tonight's debate, actually.
Oh,
Well, it's in
just
part.
time.
It's in
Yeah.
part because they're saying how can he
Okay.
debate if he can't talk freely? I believe is what has been happening. But again, Come back from the edge of the bridge, sit down. It's going to be an
I was also running late this morning, and I was behind two trucks that were going insanely slow, so I'm a little annoyed.
It's going to be an enjoyable program. You're playing in Toronto, or is it at home tonight? I don't know.
I think we're in Toronto, yes.
Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio. Tanya, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this battle between the Mets and the Yankees.
Oh, my God. Tanya, where are you? This is going to be a very important decision. Where are you on that?
She's a Mets fan, of course. I don't know that.
Yeah,
I was not aware that there was going to be
a quiz.
I didn't. I was going to have to answer this.
Quickly decide.
That's right. Pick sides.
I'm a New York City Teams fan. How about
Yeah,
that?
there you go.
I really don't come down on one side or the other. I've been to games at the Yankee Stadium. I've been to the City Fields. If I had to choose the venue, City Field definitely.
Yeah, City Field is
nice.
City Field is
very nice. Yeah, I mean Yankee Stadium, iconic, of course. But yeah, City Field is probably my favorite of the two.
And I think most
for no
fans
reason
believe
just to sit there and watch the planes that are literally right there landing at LaGuardia.
That is a fun for a non-baseball fan. Mets fans who are not really Mets fans and they're not baseball fans, like my wife, will go, and she watches the planes. She enjoys.
You can get that flight radar app, and you can see where they're coming from and which one it is and everything like that.
And they do their best to try to fly around and all that, but it doesn't always work out. So, okay, today is a big day. It's not Mets and Yankees. It's Trump versus Biden tonight. The big showdown, and there was a gag order. What do we know about this now?
There was. It's been partially lifted, and this is, of course, the one that was in the former president's hush money case, the trial that it ended on the 31st or the end of May, but the sentencing is not until the 11th of July. So the judge in the matter, Judge Merchan, has lifted the part of the gag order that allows the former president to talk about witnesses and jurors. It shields other people until his sentencing. And those other people that will still be shielded are lawyers, prosecutors, other than Alvin Bragg, the DA here in Manhattan, court staff. It applies to Bragg's staff, the family members of any of those people. Those are all covered still under the gag order. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg and the judge have never been part of that gag order. It's important to note.
Okay. Well, it is because I think what they're basically saying is let him. He's got to be able to talk about certain things without breaking the law. The Supreme Court has not come out and said that he's immune yet has any immunity from any of this. So I think that's where they are. Tonight's debate is going to be. Well, it is certainly highly anticipated, and depending on which side you're on here, if you're on a side, Tanya, it is interesting how it's being described in advance and how actually already in some cases I'm watching from the Trump side, a lot of the talking heads are already setting the scenario where if Biden were to win, it would be because ... There's a lot of that out there. So it's an interesting conversation out there.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be interesting. I think, everybody's going to be looking at this debate, to see, okay, what are the things that are going to get talked about? I would be expecting the trial to come up, the conviction on the 34 counts, the sentencing that hasn't happened yet. Those things, I would be surprised if they didn't come up. Let me put it that way. The other thing you have to wonder is if they're spending time talking about a trial that's already over with.
Right.
What aren't they saying about the things that are actually, going to mean something to voters? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the results of the trial. Any of that is not that when we talk to voters, and I'm talking about, us as a network, because, I see what our reporters go out and speak to people about, and they ask them, we just got a whole list of things today where they ask people in different cities. Our digital team did. They worked on this, and they asked them, okay, what's important to you in the election? I don't know that any of them said the hush money trial.
Right,
They're talking about things like the economy, immigration, border security, national security, Israel, the war in Gaza. I mean, there's all kinds of different things, and that's not the only things, obviously.
Right.
But there's all kinds of different things that usually are the answer to that question. I've yet to see somebody say, well, I can't sleep at night thinking about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something that's going to get brought up. But in the grand scheme of things, you kind of got to wonder as a voter, okay, somebody say something of substance, give me a plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably what a lot of people are going to be looking at. Not that they're going to be like, well, I can't decide between these candidates. I think there's a lot of people are kind of on the fence. Not on the fence, rather.
Not on the fence. Yeah, and I can't imagine that. There may be somebody out there that says if he were to be found guilty for A, B, and C, that would seal the deal for me. I think they've already considered guilt or innocence. So in their own, the trial of in the minds of public opinion. So there's your jury. So I can't see any of this changing anything. However, behavior tonight by both candidates could move the needle a little bit. There's just no doubt about it.
I mean, the debate performance we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
History has shown us debate performances do matter. And like you said, in what people think that, how you perform, what you say, all that. Yeah, that does matter.
Yeah.
Whether we think we vote on substance or not, that has something to do with it, I think.
Yeah. All right, it's going to be interesting. I've got a whole thing I'm going to do later on today. Drinking games while watching the debate.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't drink anymore, but after last night's game, I'm considering it.
You might have to, Andrew. Okay, Tanya, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Thank you. Okay.
You too.
That's the
Tanya
factor.
J. Powers from Fox News.
Is that there's a 90-minute debate. I don't know how there likely the trial will likely come up, but I mean I don't know how much time would be spent on that when they're when you've got 90 minutes. There's other things that need to be talked about.
Well, and a lot of this, there are a lot of people talking about strategies, and Trump is the criticism of Biden is that he's been locked up. They're getting him some rest like you would a racehorse. Get him some good rest. They're
Nobody's seen him.
They're oiling down his coat, feeding him warm milk. I don't know, but it's. I think that Trump is also. Let's not forget that when the last debate occurred, if you remember, the last Biden-Trump debate occurred, Chris Christie played Biden, and they did mock debates. I'm sure there's some sort of trial run going on right now, and some say that the former president is going to surprise everyone when he comes out and isn't bombastic, if you will, isn't.
Right, he's got a really.
He brings it back, and all of a sudden looks more like a presidential leader, somebody that could come in, take control of everything, and make everyone's worries go away. That
hope.
could be very advantageous to his campaign because it could take those people who are on the fence. But don't want to vote for Biden, and they're on the fence. It could give them a reason to say, you know what, I'm okay with that coming back.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
It's going to be very interesting to see how all of this goes. On the other hand, if it turns into the name calling and the
wrong.
And
as Jimmy Fallon famously plays that clip all the time,
and the interrupting and all of that. It's just a lot of this, I think, does play a role. I think this debate is going to be very interesting.
Well, two things. One, I'd love to be a fly on the wall at Camp David.
I think everybody feels
really
that way,
interesting,
right?
And the second thing is I watched a segment from CNN where the guys were explaining. This is the booth. This is the podium.
Yeah.
When the green light's on, the microphone will be on. And then notice this guy will be talking, and he can't interrupt. I mean, it was really kind of...
It is going to be...
Okay, thanks, you guys.
It is. Without a crowd, it's going to be interesting. This is just... we'll be able to really know tomorrow. There are a lot of people predicting, the president's jacked up on adrenaline or something, maybe speed. I don't know. I think Speaker Mike Johnson came out yesterday and said, they may be giving him energy drinks, but the president of the United States is not on drugs. That was the Speaker of the House yesterday, which I think is fair. I find that I hope we're a little better off than we are in the movies. I hope we're a little better off than we are than in House of Cards. I hope that the world we live in isn't the world where the president shows up at the subway at night in a trench coat and pushes somebody off into the subway and kills them. Remember that scene? I hope we're better than that, but there are a lot of people talking like this is the end of time. It's going to be an interesting debate. And
I can't wait.
I don't know how you can't watch this one.
It's going to be very exciting. But my only issue is it's like watching a West Coast game. It's 9:00. Oh my god,
it's gonna be late. And the Yankees are also playing tonight.
Oh,
so
I'm not watching.
This could be.
I can't. I got to take a break.
This morning on the program, very excited to tell you we will be speaking with New York State Senator John Mannion.
That's right.
Who is just off a win in the Democratic primary as he is now facing Brandon Williams for NY 22.
Yes.
And now the race is between Mannion and Brandon Williams. That's going to be quite interesting. We'll speak with him later on this morning.
It will be.
Opika's Free Money question of the day is up today. Davey, am I correct in saying you're going to give how much? I guess I didn't say, did I?
$200, okay?
$200. Okay. All right.
He's
fair
asking
enough.
permission now.
Which means possibly $300 when you add in Londro Lottery. I've asked my mother if she would portray herself today just for fun as Yolanda Vega, but she said no, she won't do it.
Yolanda Miss Keeler.
She has said that her Spanish is just a little off. Ryan Schmel's up later on this morning. And this window smashing while I was in court story.
So it wasn't when she was in court. She was actually, Andrea Florentino and her girlfriend were at I believe it's the Ray Hill Trail in Whitesboro.
Oh, okay.
They were,
on trail, not trial. I'm so big on trials.
I know. It's where you see it all the time.
I pulled a little dyslexic moment. What I read was Andrea's windows were smashed and items were stolen from her car while she was on trial. And I'm like, what was she on trial for?
Did it have anything to do with it?
So while she was on the trail.
Yeah, she was out walking.
I read that incorrectly this morning.
On a very popular trail that a lot of people will frequently walk or run or bike or whatever. And when she got back to her vehicle, her and her girlfriend's vehicle were smashed out. Items stolen.
We'll speak with Andrea later on this morning. One thing you that I think is very important is if you don't leave valuables in your car. It is easy to smash out a window. And the other thing is people will look in your windows. If they see something, they will smash your windows and steal what's in there.
Especially for think of the crimes that don't really get enforced, or there's
how are you going to catch somebody on this?
But also too, it's like you steal a car, you get released on your own recognizance. Yeah. Smash a window, no big deal.
Well, they got to find the person first, and I don't know.
I don't know that there's any cameras at those at those trailheads there.
Also on the program this morning is Scott Flansburgh. They are in the TBT, right? The basketball tournament. They're in that $1 million winner-take-all event. We're talking about the Herkimer 9 and the Herkimer Originals. And they drew, yesterday was the seeding. Did you see that yesterday, Davey? You want to know who they drew? The Herkimer Originals.
The defending champs.
The Herkimer Originals are going to play UConn. So this is
really.
I mean, think about it. This will end up on ESPN or on Fox Sports. You'll see this game. It's really cool, and their whole thing, their uniforms, and we're going to talk to Scott Flansburgh this morning. Their uniforms.
They have to play UConn.
They do. Their uniforms are going to be all about Lambert Will, who history is showing us played an enormous role in creating the rules around the game of basketball. And that was from Herkimer, New York. People are like, there's no way basketball was not invented in Springfield. There's no way it was invented in Herkimer. Well, there's a lot of evidence out there. And the New York State legislature, the New York State Basketball Hall of Fame, the legislature has already done their proclamation. The Basketball Hall of Fame in New York, the New York State Basketball Hall of Fame has already stated Lambert Will is a member and is the inventor of the game of basketball.
Huge win for Scott.
Mike this morning says, regarding the car break-in, it's a takeoff on if you see something, say something. Yeah, that's really true. Also, if you see something, smash something. That's the problem. They see something in your car, and you got to really make sure that even something that it might be in your car doesn't look like it's something valuable. And I've heard where this goes on, your car is in your driveway. You're sleeping at night. People are going through the neighborhood looking in windows to see if there's anything there. Also, I think on the debate, I think it's likely, says Mike, that both campaigns combined will spend in excess of $2 billion in this campaign. This is the NY22 race, actually. Think about how many people that are still left that have not made up their mind about this election. It's small. He might be talking about the presidential. So, but I got to tell you, we're going to see a lot
$2 billion
spent
for a congressional race.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you though, it is in the hundreds of millions of dollars is going to be spent on this congressional race. There's just no doubt about it. But you're right, in the billions on the presidential race. And think about it. Who are they trying to reach? That small sliver that is willing to vote and undecided. That's a very small group of people. All right, I'm going to get you, Wayne. Stand by. I'm going to come right back to you. Let me break. We're coming right back. It's 6:49 Thursday morning at WIBX.
There's no glory in getting beat up on the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris commercial mowers at Clinton Tractor help you finish strong and feel good doing it with patented suspension technology. Visit Clinton Tractor today for a test drive and feel the Ferris difference. Or go to clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
Hey, what if your home's title, which is the legal document that proves you own your home, is in some criminal's name? Well, that's called home title theft, and criminals all over the world can find your home's title online, and then they'll forge your signature. They'll take out loans against your home, or even worse, sell your home. Now, how do you know some criminal's not taking over the title to your home? You can find out with sign up at HometitleLock.com and use the promo code Sean, SEAN.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
What's your question? Answer the question.
Well, no, about the overnight. If it,
Oh no! So they
won't
they
keep you
say
up. It won't keep you up. It'll.
I don't know. Actually, it says the worst of it is it says we're talking about the Davey. You take a pill. Davey's a cancer survivor, and you take a pill every single day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, every single morning when I wake up.
Oh, you do it in the morning.
Uh-huh.
What is I'd love to know what pill that is.
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah. Don't look on Google about side effects.
Oh boy, you already did, huh?
Well, it's
Or doesn't it come with it?
mile long, but again, the alternative is what? The alternative is you die.
Yeah.
So
definitely better.
And
than
the fact that this
alternative.
medicine didn't exist before, so I'm just to tell you. So I start on a trial a week from tomorrow. So a new medicine that has been developed that has fewer side effects. Still has side effects, but fewer. And it will be the pill that I probably take for a long time. Could be the rest of my life. But they want me to start taking one right now that is one of the older ones that has really pretty rough side effects. So the debate has been, do I wait and just start everything next Friday, or do I start it now? That's what we're talking about. And it's always nice when they tell you, most people take it at night before they go to bed, so they get sick while they sleep. And, it's less.
So you don't feel it. You
sickness
don't know
is a little
what's
bit
going on.
less when you wake up. So good times. Here's Wayne on the, again, but the alternative is, and not everybody has the luxury of a pill that could do this without having to go through radiation or
good point.
Intravenous chemotherapy. Hello, Wayne.
Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey guys. The Roman Reigns in WWE is leukemia, and I don't know how like every so often he has to go out of wrestling and do these treatments, but he's like an Adonis, and he's living through this and doing all that,
all that's
doing all that
that's
high,
impressive.
Yeah, it is.
So it is when you say leukemia, the problem with that is there are so many different kinds.
So many different types, right?
Yep. And it used to mean, prior to this pill, you would have a bone marrow transplant, and if that didn't work, you would ultimately die. Life expectancy was, 5 years. With the pill, the life expectancy with this type of leukemia, listen to this. It is amazing. With this pill, life expectancy is the same as someone without cancer.
That is awesome.
That is a miracle, is what it is. So, and this type of leukemia is more predominant in people over the age of 50. So,
well, we love you, so you can't go dying on us.
Not going to die. I don't think, as my wife said, it'll be the vodka that kills you,
or saves you,
That's what I said.
Cleans you out.
It's cleaning me out.
What did they say? You could pickle you. Bill, with the whole breaking in the cars thing, we left our car. My mom left her car open one time, and I'm not kidding you when I tell you that one time somebody broke into it. It was just for pennies and dimes that they seen in the middle console.
Yeah, wow.
And they were so mad that you seen these pennies, dimes, and pens because there was really nothing in the car.
Yeah.
But it was scattered throughout a block and a half down, all the way down. They were so mad that they were like, "Oh, I'll get them," and they
This
just
is
threw
all
them
I
up in
got.
the air as they walked away. Yeah.
Wow. That is I mean, it's
And don't
it's
think you're
awful that we
safe,
have
and
to-
if you think you live in a safe neighborhood, quote unquote, or a great area, quote unquote, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
No, it does not matter.
In fact, those areas it's like when you go trick or treating.
Ooh, they got the good kid there.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
They're looking for better areas for better stuff.
That's right. Yep. All right, Wayne. Interesting
guys.
stuff. Thanks,
All right,
man.
Wayne. Be
Like
good.
I said, Bill, don't you ever go dying on us.
Not going to die. I'm living
All right.
forever.
Late.
Actually, it's funny.
Later.
Thank you, Wayne. There was a story that came out that said that we are, with AI and where medicine is today, we are on the verge. This is, and this is, I think this might have been in Popular Mechanics. There are a lot of good stories in Popular Mechanics. They're trying to find relevance, so they do a lot of very interesting
Clickbaity stuff.
But I think they're interesting stories. When you read it, there's still a payoff. Clickbait is when you read something and there's no payoff.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Darn it.
are you freaking kidding me?
I was wasting my
Major
time.
winter storm coming in June. Yeah. And then they find out it's at the very tippy top of the Rocky Mountains. That makes you angry.
Yeah.
So, but this story said we are on the verge, the human race is on the verge, because all of this talk has been about AI in a negative way. But with what AI is going to be able to do with the science that we currently have and the advancement, the fast advancement that you're going to get with artificial intelligence, that the human race is on the verge of being invincible and not dying. Humans will, and you will be able to live and not be wrinkly. You will be able to live, and your joints and everything will be repaired. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Listen, just think about this alone, this pill alone. You can live here's this guy with leukemia. He's living with leukemia, and he's in the WWE. That's pretty impressive. I just went by your time.
I knew you would. Right.
So, listen, I'm in the middle of something here. Give me 30, 60 seconds.
47.
All right. Yeah. So that's really incredible. Think about AIDS. There's a pill.
Right,
It doesn't eliminate AIDS, but it eliminates
allows you to live with
death.
it.
It allows people. Magic Johnson is alive and well. I mean, I just, and if that was going on then, what this artificial intelligence is going to do is allow the advancements to just ramp up. And this is a very interesting time to be alive, I believe. It's also a pretty crappy time to be alive. Life is really nuts out there. People have lost their minds. You can't even park your car in your driveway without somebody smashing the windows and stealing quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Oh, my.
Out of your car. Got a break. We have a whole big hour coming up. Scott Flansburgh is coming in at WIBX.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo, Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. I'm really excited to introduce more fantastic new businesses that have recently become a part of our thriving community. Here in Utica, we're not just growing, we are flourishing. Be sure to support our new businesses and our local economy.
Air City Cannabis, 17070 Riscany Street West, Utica. Renegade Boxing, 310 Broad Street, Utica. Gold Mine 2, 4662 Commercial Drive, New Hartford.
Please join the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce in welcoming these new businesses. Here we grow again.
Brunch at Babes is the only way to spend your weekend. Bottomless mimosas, Bloody Mary flights, classic breakfasts, and some new instant classics. Boozy brunch at Babes Saturday and Sundays from 9 to 2. Breakfast quesadillas, loaded avocado toast. Babes is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with boozy brunch every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit us at babesutica.com.
Making my way straight to Babes.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
It's the earliest debate ever. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A Biden-Trump showdown tonight, the CNN presidential debate.
Democrats are already trying to get under Donald Trump's skin. The DNC paid money to buy out 5 of these billboards here in the Atlanta area, putting up near highways out here, going after Trump for his recent felony conviction. It says, quote, Donald, welcome to Atlanta for the first time since becoming a convicted felon.
Fox's Bill Malugin near the debate site.
We expect to see both Trump and Biden showing up here in Atlanta in the coming hours. Trump, as we all know, really hasn't been preparing for the debate. He hasn't been doing mock debates. He prefers to be out on the campaign trail, meeting with his voters. Biden taking a complete opposite approach. He has been holed up at Camp David with more than a dozen advisors coaching him up.
2 national polls the last 2 days from Quinnipiac and the New York Times give former president a 4-point lead over President Biden. We'll get more rulings this morning from the Supreme Court, where those pro-choice protesters support a challenge to an Idaho abortion law. The court briefly and inadvertently posted a document online appearing to show the justices may decide in favor of an attempt to allow emergency abortions to protect a mother's health, but that is not the only ruling we're waiting for.
Justices have other major opinions left to publish before the term ends, including former President Trump's immunity claim in his federal election interference trial.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Funerals today in Houston, Texas.
Jocelyn Nungry's friends and family will gather to honor the 12-year-old just 2 weeks after her murder.
Fox's Brooke Singman.
Jocelyn's lifeless body was found in a creek 2 weeks ago. Police say she was strangled to death by 2 illegal migrants from Venezuela.
They're now jailed on a murder charge, could face the death penalty. Last night, Texas executed a killer for a 2001 kidnapping murder. In the death chamber, Ramiro Gonzalez admitted he caused people pain. His last words, "I hope one day you will forgive me." Then he was lethally injected. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey guys, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel worse than what we're being told in the news? That's because the official inflation rate doesn't tell the whole story. Since January 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but what you can do is stop your losses today. How? By diversifying your savings into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. When you're done, your money will be parked in a tangible asset with a proven history. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. I trust Birch Gold. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax advantaged status. So text PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold.
Message and data rates may apply.
Days after some of the charges were dropped in New York City against some pro-Palestinian protesters who stormed into and took over a building on the Columbia University campus. We get this from the University of Texas.
79 criminal trespass cases were dismissed from the April demonstration. The university saying at the time that many of the protesters weren't affiliated with the school and that encampments were prohibited. Travis County Attorney Dahlia Garz says other cases involving other offenses remain pending, but she says her office determined it couldn't meet the legal burden to prove the cases beyond a reasonable doubt. At campuses across the nation this spring, demonstrators sparred over the Israel-Hamas war. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
A COVID fraud case has now turned into a jury bribery case.
The 5 defendants from Minnesota were on trial in connection with the theft of more than $40 million from a federal program aimed at feeding kids during the pandemic. The U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI said during the trial, a juror was offered a bag filled with $120,000 in cash. Now the defendants are each charged with 1 count of conspiracy to bribe a juror, 1 count of bribery of a juror, and 1 count of corruptly influencing a juror. 2 of the 5, Abdiaziz Shafi Farah and Abdimajid Mohammed Noor, were convicted in the fraud trial earlier this month. Jill Nato, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down the day after some modest gains. The NBA draft started last night.
With the first pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zachary Rizache.
Commissioner Adam Silver on ESPN. 4 of the first-round picks were from France, including the second choice, Alex Sarr of the Washington Wizards. 2-time College Player of the Year, Zach Edey from Purdue, went 9th to Memphis. Round 2 of the draft is this afternoon. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, we have 63 degrees with some light rain, cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. A 16-year-old Utica teen was arrested on burglary and arson charges. According to Utica police, officers were dispatched to Whitesboro Street Monday for a burglary in progress. The caller provided a description of the suspect and said another burglary had taken place the day prior, and the suspect started a fire which damaged the building. Police say they found the suspect hiding on the side of the building and quickly arrested him. The teenager was charged with third-degree arson and burglary as well as fourth-degree criminal mischief. Their identity is being withheld due to their age. New Hartford police are warning residents of a scam in town. According to police, people will approach citizens in a parking lot and claim they're stranded and need money to get home. Police say sometimes these individuals try to sell what appear to be valuables, like a watch or phone, but those items are either stolen or defective. Authorities are warning residents not to fall for it and inform authorities. New Hartford police add that if something truly appears to be in distress, call the authorities as they can help. Police are also warning residents to be wary of any suspicious activity and avoid talking with strangers. In November, State Senator John Mannion has won the 22nd Congressional District primary over fellow Democrat Sarah Clee Hood and will go on to battle Republican incumbent Congressman Brandon Williams to see who will represent a district that covers all of Onondaga and Madison counties and parts of Cayuga, Cortland, and Oneida counties. We will speak with Senator John Mannion coming up this hour on First News with Keeler in the morning. New Yorkers who like to fish can take part in the very popular activity at no cost this weekend. A free fishing weekend gets underway on Saturday and runs through Sunday. No license will be required to participate. Officials say free fishing days give people the opportunity to enjoy the natural beauty that is found in every corner of the state. The Free Fishing Days program started in 1991 as a way to introduce folks to a new hobby. And speaking of fish, a 400 million-year-old species has returned to the Oregon Zoo. 25 Pacific iron prey moved in this week. The ancient fish predate dinosaurs and even trees. Guests can see the lamprey, in the Cascade Stream and Pond section of the Great Northwest area. They're often suctioned onto the glass, showing their sucker-like mouths and rings of sharp yellow teeth. The lamprey stay at the zoo through the winter and are transported to tributaries of the Upper Columbia and Snake Rivers once they're ready to spawn. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:08.
Might be one of the weirdest stories I've heard you read in a long time, Andrew. That's a wordy.
Well,
wordy one.
Yeah, we were talking about the free fishing weekend, and then the lamprey.
That's true, yes.
It's a 400 million-year-old fish.
There we go. They tie together. Very nice.
Very old.
Very nice.
It's 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Wheelock Disposal Service. Local, reliable, and affordable trash service.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center for today. Cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy this afternoon. Some sunshine, a slight chance of a shower. High right around 70 degrees. Tonight, it'll be cool. Clear skies, though, low 46. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and 76 degrees. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 62 degrees under partly cloudy skies. A few area rain showers as well. It's 7:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. Oh, what a depressing night it was for one team's fans. The Mets swept the latest chapter in the Subway Series after blowing out the Yankees 12-2 at Citi Field. Sean Manaea earned his 5th win of the year after striking out 3 over 5 scoreless innings. Francisco Alvarez hit a 2-run shot. Tyrone Taylor launched a 3-run bomb, and Harrison Bader also went deep with a solo shot. The Mets are now 3rd in the NL East at 39-39, finally to 500. They'll host the Astros for a 3-game set that begins tomorrow night. Luis Gil, who was incredibly good and reliable early in the season, the last 2 games has just been awful. He was tagged with his 3rd loss of the season after allowing 5 runs on 4 hits over 4 1/3 innings. Aaron Judge hit his 30th home run with a 2-run jack. He is the first in Major League Baseball to reach the 30 home run mark. The Bronx Bombers have lost 6 of their last 7, but still lead the AL East at 52-30. The Yankees will visit the Blue Jays for a 4-game series that starts tonight. The Knicks are keeping one of their top players. According to ESPN, free agent forward OG Anunoby intends to sign a 5-year, $212.5 million contract to return to New York. The deal will include a player option and a trade kicker and comes on the heels of the Knicks' acquisition of Mikal Bridges. The Knicks acquired Anunoby in a trade at the start of the 2024 season when they dealt R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley to the Toronto Raptors. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:11.
Okay, well, you want me to talk? Sorry.
You don't have
coming
to.
up, I've just been all working on a new shot on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
How do we look?
Well, when you check it out, I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna boom, and it brings the guest into the shot and us all at the same time. What do you think of that?
Whoa!
I think it looks pretty darn good. I don't know what the hell you're doing over there. Scott Flansburgh in studio.
Wow,
Good morning.
look at that.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me, guys.
From the Herkimer Originals. We'll always know him, though, as the Human Calculator. So we'll speak with Scott coming up in a few minutes. Also, I want to get into... I actually did a Facebook response yesterday, which I normally don't do, but Katie Aiello's been throwing my name around, and she won't come on the air. So I finally just said, we were always good to you when people said you didn't live here and you were being challenged. We always had you come on. During Complete Streets, that debacle, we had you come on. We were always fair to you. And now all of a sudden, when I disagree with you on something, and that's what we got, some crickets. We did. Yeah, I no response. Now all of a sudden when I get it. Now all of a sudden we
had the volume down.
Now all of a sudden she refuses to come on, and all during the campaign when she needed to come on because she wanted to win, she wanted to be, ultimately her opponent didn't get whatever happened, got kicked off the ballot. I never made it to the ballot, whatever the story is. Nonetheless, I'm just saying.
Well, the interesting thing about it.
Now, and all I have done is say that creation over there, and every day that goes by, I look smarter and smarter in this. That alleyway looks ugly, and every day that goes by, it looks worse and worse.
Why?
If it's weathered that badly, in a matter of a couple of months, what is it going to look like in a year? It's awful.
It's become almost a living space for those.
Well, but forget that. That could be controlled. Every bit of particle that blows in there, every piece of paper, you can't clean it, you can't sweep it because it's a gritty, glass chipped surface. You can't clean it. It's a nightmare over there. That's going to look. And also, why do they put benches in there? Of course, people are going to sleep in there.
Yeah,
you put benches in there.
The upholstery is already breaking away.
So it is awful, and it's getting worse. But she continues to defend it and say people are going to doing parties there, and they're I don't know who in the hell is doing a party over there.
Well, she did. She held a barbecue.
She gave away Schumer hamburgers. And now everybody's gotten sick.
Yeah.
It's awful. The burgers were raw.
Not
that's not true? All right, we'll talk more about it coming up. Stand by at WIBX.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-771-1300. 800-771-1300. 800-771-1300.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Only we have the Mattress Express brand name low price guarantee. If you purchase a mattress from us and see it advertised cheaper locally in the next 30 days, we simply refund the difference. Don't overpay for your next mattress. Come to Mattress Express.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Adirondack Home Furniture knows that when it comes to outdoor furniture, you want something that's comfortable, durable, and stylish. That's why Polywood is the perfect choice. Polywood furniture is made from high-quality materials that are weather-resistant and easy to clean. Plus, each piece is designed with comfort and style in mind, so you can enjoy your outdoor space like never before. Whether you're looking for classic Adirondack chairs, stylish dining sets and sofas, or a beautiful fire pit, Polywood has everything you need to create the perfect outdoor oasis. So why wait? Transform your outdoor space into a place of relaxation, fun, and style with Polywood furniture at Adirondack Home Furniture. Stop in and explore their large selection of Polywood pieces and take one home today. Adirondack Home Furniture does custom orders, delivery, and setup. Stop in today and explore the world of Polywood. Adirondack Home Furniture in the former Riverside Mall, North Utica, or at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Hi, it's James.
And Megan from Destination Kia. Every day, people ask us if we see a really great deal to give them a call.
Well, everybody, here's your call.
More than 20% of Destination Kia's huge 500-vehicle Kia inventory has been marked with Super Saving stickers. Find a Kia marked with a Super Saver sticker and save up to an additional $1,500 in Kia bonus cash. That's right, you get the Destination Savings, all the factory rebates, and on Kias with a Super Saver sticker, save up to an additional $1,500. It's only during Kia's Super Summer Sticker Sales event.
And it's first come, first serve.
So zip down and get yours today.
Now that's kooky.
So go kooky for Kia at Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
Example 2024 Kia EV6, STK number 24V0232. MSRP $51,965. VIN specific incentive. Offer expires 6/30/24.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, so in studio right now, and with a new shot on, I do like this, Andrew. Did you look at it?
Oh, did I?
The new shot on YouTube.
I like it.
Looks good. As you can see, Scott Flansburgh is in studio. It's gonna blow though when we have more than one guest. We'll have to have them sitting on each other's laps. That is how we'll do it.
Or like one behind the other.
Right. Yeah. You kind of lean in. Okay. Scott is showing off the Herkimer Originals.
Yep.
That's really cool. Basketball.
Yep, we're the Red, White, and Blue League, the ABA from
That's
the
cool.
1960s and 70s.
Awesome.
It's back.
What was that? Was the Will Ferrell movie?
Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro, yeah.
Many friends have suggested I watch it again because who'd have thunk I would own a basketball team and, you know.
With the hit song Love Me Sexy.
Very good, yeah. So the only thing is I'm not playing. I don't play.
Yeah. I don't think he did either, did he?
No, in that movie
he
did.
He did, but he didn't.
Right. He wrestled the bear, too. It was awesome. How about that? You know, you can wrestle a grizzly bear. As a
we got options. You know, we'll start doing some more promotional stuff.
It is interesting because that's what baseball, minor league baseball, has become.
Totally.
It's one crazy Morgana the Kissing Bandit after another.
Well, you got the Savannah Bananas.
Oh,
who
yeah.
were in Cooperstown. Fantastic show.
That's a cool. I mean, that draws.
Yeah, they do. They're killing it. They're filling Fenway.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Syracuse Mets are bringing in Stanley from The Office for an event.
Yeah.
They are.
Up.
That's
you
cool.
know, that'll be.
Where is Morgana the Kissing Bandit? You know, she was a part owner of the Utica Blue Sox.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Back during the crazy years.
Well, we're still
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Brian Doyle Murray.
Right.
Morgana. Then the guy who wrote the book, what was his name? I forgot his name. But he wrote the book about the whole thing that season. And that season they actually won. They beat the Little Falls Mets and won the New York Penn League that season.
Wow.
Crazy year that was. But you had, Bill Murray hanging out here in Utica. I mean, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the semi-professional sports is really just a place to have fun. It's more about family and community than it is just about winning. So fun combination.
And Utica Blue Sox, Little
Roger
Falls
Kuhn
Diamond
is
Dogs,
my
Roger Kuhn. Yep.
As my uncle was reminding us just now.
Kahn, not Kuhn. Roger Kahn. And
sorry, it was spelled Kuhn.
That's all right. That's all right. It's probably a little typo. Anyway, he's written several books, obviously, had written several books, but the one on the The season of the Utica Blue Sox is really something special. Okay, yesterday there was like a watch party that you held at Herkimer Diamonds.
Yep.
They took a break from selling all the jewelry this week.
Yes, short break.
A couple players bought a few things.
I will be back there today, and it's unbelievable to watch people from around the world, because we do a London show too. Unbelievable to watch people from around the world just buy up, and you're looking at the little count on the Home Shopping Network, the little counter, and it's like 1,300, 1,400, 1,600, and then it sells out. It's unbelievable.
When I started the Human Calculator, one of our first outlets was QVC, and I went on there probably over 100 times.
And by the way, QVC now owns, I think, Home Shopping
Yes,
Network.
right.
Yeah.
It's all Big One, and I remember being on stage, and they are monitoring your moments. So much so that if your sales get to a certain percentage, they're like, all right, get them off the air.
Yes.
It's down to the minute.
Wow.
It's a science. It was really entertaining.
It's probably gotten even more.
Sure.
But that is exactly what happens. So I'll be, I don't want to get into much, but we can talk about this. But so Dr. Renee Shavat is the one who goes on. She and her family own Herkimer Diamond Mines. And all of a sudden we'll be like, all right, we're on for a half an hour.
Wow.
And then she'll come back and say, we just, the one before us didn't sell, so they want us to make up for it, and we're going to be on for the whole hour. So, or can you stay another hour? We're going to go longer, or we're off early.
Yep.
Because it's incredible, the science behind all of the math.
And do they run? Are they live?
They're live
24/7. I mean,
I believe it's 24/7 because they,
there's a lot of late night shoppers.
There are a lot of late night, but remember, then you're going to the West Coast, and then they have overseas, and
they're testing your times. Like my first appearance was with who now everybody knows, but back then he was just a QVC host. Was Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs? He got fired 3 times from QVC for inappropriate sales stuff. He loved it. But that's where I met him on there, and it was fascinating how much science and math goes behind that. But it was also an incredible venue. You learn a lot about how to sell your product, how every minute counts, how you get that momentum going and stuff. So very educational for me back then.
Yeah, they have it down. I mean, they've done the research.
Yep.
They know what they're doing. So, and it's not personal. If you get to the point where you're not selling, you're not invited back.
Yeah.
The Beekman boys are also, they sell a lot of their stuff.
Yes, they do.
Too, so. And I think Cafe Canol, they sell stuff on there as well.
Really?
Yeah. I think they were selling it was Italian pastries.
Wow.
They were selling on there. So
ship them out.
There are a few, but nobody does any more business than Renee does from Herkimer Diamonds.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
And she was the hostess with the mostest yesterday. She hosted the Herkimer Originals, our sponsors, some of our fans, and the Herkimer 9 Foundation. A lot of the board members showed up, and we just got to watch our name get called for the pairings for the bracket party from the team.
Yeah, you had a wonderful draw.
It was nice.
There's a couple different ways to look at this.
Okay.
I'm looking at this. First of all, you drew UConn.
Love it. 2-time defending national champions.
Yes, that
it's
UConn.
great. Yes.
Should be. I think my response to you was slouch.
Yes. Yes. We got. It's a great opportunity.
But here's the opportunity.
What is it?
The opportunity is
a lot of eyes.
Everybody's
going to
be watching because it's them, and you guys are going to be promoting. And who knows? You never know.
Pull the upset off.
I don't know if you saw the Mets last night, but who would have thought the Mets would take 2 games for the Yankees? Right?
Yeah, and
score. And by the way, score 20. How many runs? How many runs? Yeah.
Well, in total, it was 21.
Yeah, 11-2
Pathetic.
or something. Well, and UConn's already promoting the game on their social media, and they have to make a graphic with Herkimer Originals on it. So we couldn't pay for that advertising.
Yeah, that's the benefit.
And just so you guys know, it's not our ABA Herkimer Originals team. which, we got to the semifinals of the ABA East, which we did great, but we wouldn't be able to perform with these teams that are so loaded. And
this is an all-star team.
Yeah, so we took the ABA All-Stars from the East and the Central Division and combined all of them. So it's and we're playing under the name the Herkimer Originals, which was very cool that everybody agreed to do that.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Go figure. It's just
and
marketing.
part of it is you got the sponsorship. You got the so you get to take that Herkimer umbrella and make that work.
Yes, and we're very blessed. One of Alice Cooper's best friends and biggest sponsors is a guy named Joe Norelli, and the Norelli Family Foundation is our title sponsor and really accommodated us to play in this. And Joe is also the oldest professional basketball player to score in a game. He played as one of our players this season at a game and got fouled under the basket and made a free throw. and he's 65 years old.
Wow. That's awesome.
And he's just having fun.
Is he going to play? Is he going to play in this game?
Yeah, he's on the roster. If there's a blowout, one way or the other, Joe's going to get in there and we're going to score some points.
All right, stand by. We'll talk more about it. And do you know when the first game is?
July 20th, 6 p.m. in Pittsburgh.
Okay, in Pittsburgh, and it'll be on Fox Sports.
Fox Sports, it's just the biggest moment for the Herkimer Originals.
Cool.
We've been going for 3 years.
And you've got all the progress with Lambert Will you've made is
Lambert
truly
Will
incredible.
thanks for bringing it up, buddy. That's why we're doing this TBT, is to promote Lambert Will. He's on the ballot for Springfield this winter, and he just got in the New York State Hall of Fame. We got the billboard on the New York State Thruway, and now we get national exposure with the TBT. And on our jersey in the TBT, Lambert Will is right across the front.
That's cool.
And Herkimer 9 on the back.
All right, let me break. We'll talk more about it. Scott Flansburgh is in. Coming up, we'll speak with New York State Senator John Mannion, who just won in his Democratic primary. We'll be facing Brandon Williams coming up in the NY22 congressional race, which probably might be a bit overshadowed by a little thing called the presidential race. Probably. But before we do all of that stuff and talk about all of that, Investigator Sacco with the New Hartford Police Department on the line right now. Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. Investigator, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
So who is our Wanted Person of the Week this week?
Going to be Demetria Pritchard, born 6/12 of 1995.
Okay. And what is in this? Is this in regards to?
She has 3 separate warrants out of our agency, 3 arrest warrants, all for petty larceny. And the warrants are. I'm sorry, Bill. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. The warrants are.
The warrants are stemming from 3 separate larcenies that occurred at Kohl's during the month of April.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll have a photo, full story up on our website at WIBX950.com. Investigator Sacco, as always, thank you so much. And again, Crime Stoppers is wonderful because it allows you guys to get the tips and this intel without people using their names, and a lot of people are worried about that. So in our story, you'll see how you can utilize, even download an app for Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers. Investigator, as always, thanks for what you do, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill.
Have a great day.
You too.
Investigator Sacco with the New Hartford Police Department. All right, Davey, in a few minutes, we're going to do Habaika's free money question of the day. And we're looking at what'd you say? $200?
Yes, $200.
And then we'll bring my mom in and do a little thing we call, I need to talk to Scott about this. I want you to think about it.
The odds.
Habaika has asked me to bring you into this.
Okay.
So we do the free money question.
Oh, yeah.
And today it's worth $200. Then they're given an opportunity to play an add-on called Laundro Lottery.
Laundro Lottery.
So my mom has taken 30 clothespins and numbered each one. She puts them in her dryer. Turns on the dryer, round and round they go. Where they stop, nobody knows.
Sure.
And so the caller picks one number, and my mom pulls out 3 clothespins. So are those good odds? As Habaika said, if the odds are too easy, then
We've had three winners, I think. From
right.
it.
People are going to win all the time, and this isn't a contest anymore.
They're picking a number.
They pick
and then
one number.
She draws three numbers.
She draws
and if
three.
they get matched one of them,
all they have to do is match.
So 9 out of 10 times they don't match. Then
it's basically 9 out of 10.
They're not matching. So you had 3 winners means you must have done this many times already.
So that's
actually we've had 3 winners in 2 weeks.
That's
2
amazing.
weeks. It is.
I'll have to. I'll watch it and go through it. Maybe there's something going on here.
I tend to think that I don't know if I was. My mother thought she'd hung up the phone, but I almost thought I heard her say, "Oh, come on, he's got a ton of money." I don't know what that would mean. I don't know what that would mean.
She getting a little kickback up there?
I don't know. I don't know. They say cheating, but believe me, my mother would be the Robin Hood if there was any cheating involved. Trust me. All right, stand by. We'll come back and do that. Andrew with a quick update coming up at WIBX.
Looking for the perfect ride this summer for family road trips? Then stop on in to Steed Pawnee Chevy in Herkimer. With these unbeatable deals and the buying experience you deserve, you can drive the 2024 Malibu RS with remote start and driver safety package with finance rates as low as 1.9%. Or you can lease the new Chevy Blazer EV, all-wheel drive LT with a panoramic sunroof. Lease it for just $436 per month for 24 months with 10,000 miles per year. Customers must qualify with top-tier credit through GM Financial. Offers are available on select models only. Lease offers require a current eligible non-GM lease in the household. See salesperson for details. All taxes, fees, and the first payment are due on delivery. Visit Steed Pawnee Chevy on Route 28 in Herkimer or online anytime at SteedPawneeChevy.com. Hurry, these offers end June 30th, 2024. Together, let's drive with Steed Pawnee Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's always easy to do business at Steed Pawnee Chevrolet.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Brunch is here at Taylor and the Cook. Yep, a top 100 restaurant in the country, now firing up pancakes, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy, and so much more. Taylor and the Cook at 311 Main Street has brunch every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mimosas, bloodies, and of course, our perfect twist on everything. Sit by the fire, up at the bar, or on the terrace with your friends. Check out the full brunch menu at taylorandthecook.com.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
The Utica Center for Development celebrates our country's independence this 4th of July with the City of Utica 4th of July Parade and Party in the Park, sponsored by Master Vito Hyundai. Join the celebration. The 4th of July Parade starts at 10 a.m. in front of the former St. Elizabeth Medical Center and ending at the Parkway Center on Memorial Parkway. The Party in the Park kicks off at 7 p.m. at Proctor Park. Buses will be transferring people from NVCC Payne Hall starting at 6. Fireworks start at dusk.
Always dreamed of a Tempur-Pedic mattress? Right now, save up to $500 on select sets at Mattress Express for our 4th of July sale. Put no money down and get up to 60 months to pay for qualified customers. Go to mattressexpressny.com for locations.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:36. I'm Andrew Dermenio. This update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Your full forecast is coming up. Syracuse police have made an arrest in connection with the murder of a 21-year-old woman. It is alleged John Moises Chakagase Ilbis suffocated Jocelyn Tequiza and then dumped her body in Lincoln Park. Tequiza's remains were found last Saturday, just days after her family reported her missing. She arrived in the U.S. from Ecuador last year in hopes of finding better economic opportunities, the Post-Standard reports. Chakagase Ilbis is scheduled to be arraigned today. A 16-year-old Utica teen was arrested on burglary and arson charges. According to UPD, officers were dispatched to Whitesboro Street Monday for a burglary in progress. The caller provided a description of the suspect and said another burglary had taken place the day prior, and the suspect started a fire, which damaged the building. Police said they found the suspect hiding on the side of the building and quickly arrested him. The teenager was charged with third-degree arson and burglary, as well as fourth-degree criminal mischief. Their identity is being withheld due to their age. New Hartford police are warning residents of a scam in town. According to police, people will approach citizens in a parking lot and claim they are stranded and need money to get home. Police say sometimes these individuals try to sell what appear to be valuables like a watch or phone, but those items are either stolen or defective. Authorities are warning residents not to fall for it and inform authorities. New Hartford police add that if someone truly appears to be in distress, to call them and they can help. Police are also warning residents to be wary of any suspicious activity and avoid talking with strangers. A WIBX listener is warning residents that car break-ins can happen anywhere, anytime, even in broad daylight. Andrea Florentino said she and a friend were walking the Ray Hill Memorial Recreational Trail by Route 840 in Whitestown Tuesday. When they returned to her vehicle, they found the windows smashed and learned their purses had been stolen. Florentino filed a police report in hopes that sharing her story will raise awareness. Police say never leave valuables in plain sight in a parked car, and if you must leave them, hide them or store them in the trunk. We'll speak with Miss Florentino coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. First News with Keeler in the morning. And the 4 women who rescued their friend from a cougar attack in Falls City, Washington earlier this year will receive a Carnegie Medal for their bravery. 60-year-old Carrie Berger was riding with a group of women last Friday when she was attacked by a cougar that latched onto her jaw. Annie Bellotta, Tish Schmidt-Williams, Ann Tietz, and Erica Wolf stopped the attack. The cougar was shot and killed by Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife officers. It is 7:39. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Wheelock Disposal. Local, reliable, affordable trash service.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center for today. Cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy this afternoon, some sunshine, a slight chance of a shower, high right around 70 degrees. Tonight, it'll be cool. Clear skies, though, low 46. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and 76 degrees. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, 62 under cloudy skies at 7:40.
Okay, Davey, we're going to do Micah's free money question of the day, and it's worth $200 plus another $100 with Laundry Lottery. I think that is going to be Laundry Lottery will take a break after tomorrow, I'm told.
I think, yeah, right.
I don't decide these things. My mother does. But between today and tomorrow, maybe we'll get another 9 out of 10 chance. Maybe we get another winner. We'll see what happens. Davey, we're looking for caller number what?
Caller 6, Bill.
6th caller right now at 315-736-0186. And we'll do that. Call right now, 315-736-0186. We'll do Micah's free money question of the day coming up. And then New York State Senator John Mannion coming up on WIBX.
Hey, Jen. OMG, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker for us. For a long time, we had decent business coming in from word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of new folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that for my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you'd think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses like yours.
Okay. Okay, then what?
If you see that there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
There's only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free.
Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-771-1300. 800-771-1300. 800-771-1300.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I don't know what it is about this song, but it makes me and Andrew act like weirdos whenever it comes on.
Yeah, so let's just...
ladies and gentlemen, on the line right now, ready to play Hobuckus Free Money Question of the Day.
John and his team.
Turns out it's John Mannion. Good morning, John. Oh, no, it's not. It's John from Bridgewater. Hi, John.
Hey, Bill.
Good morning, John.
How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, man?
Oh, just lovely.
All right. We're going to take a shot here.
So, John, if you win, I hope that you share with your team of coworkers there, because I know that they're always they're throwing out
here
answers.
Right now, all three of them are gathered around the phone.
They're all gathered around their phone with their tablets and computers.
Ready to Google.
Google already in. Yeah. Trust me, since I've been looking up these medicines that I'm going to be taking, I've sworn off Google for a little while.
Yeah, good idea.
You don't want to go there when looking at that.
Hey, Bill, I've been reading up. God bless you, man. I hope everything goes good for you, man. I read up on some of that. So
yeah, it's not a. It is a. It'll be good. I'm going to be okay.
All right.
So. Thank you, man.
Okay, great.
Okay, let's start with our free money question of the day. It's worth $200. And you know the deal. I gave you the question. And Andrew, you're ready to go as well?
Always.
Okay, here we go. You'll have 7 seconds. Here's your question. Name the year that Boeheim's Army won the TBT. Ready, go. What year did Boeheim's Army win TBT?
2001.
Okay.
That's way off. I don't even follow it.
He's with the excuses now.
It is 2001.
Are you?
It is absolutely correct. I want you to thank the lady over there in the corner with the computer on Google.
No, they're all.
They were all baffled.
I was going to say 90, and
It was 2001. Absolutely right. Double check that. I think it was.
Wow.
And by the way, Boeheim's Army is not in it this year. So, listen. Okay, are you ready? Because we can double. Almost double your money. Was it 2001? Hold on.
Oh, 2021.
Oh, you said 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is there loser music we can play for him?
Oh.
It's 2021. I thought he said 2021.
Does he have to pay $200 now, or
now you owe us?
2021.
Yeah. Now you owe us $200. Actually, TBT it wasn't even going on in 2001.
Yeah, no, he did say 2001. Yeah, John.
Sorry, man. I thought you had it.
Man, that sucks. All right.
Yeah.
I'll win it now, though.
This is what happens when I'm not paying attention. Terrible.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew. You threw me under the bus.
It wasn't me. It was Scott.
Sorry. You still have
I'm going to split it with you.
You still have a chance with my mom. Okay. And I'm going to bring her in right now. Mom, good morning. Say hi to John.
Good morning. And isn't this John's second try?
Oh, it is his second try. Mom's keeping track of the rules.
There's a lot of buses riding over John this morning.
Yeah, John. Oh boy, you're in trouble.
Well, so
all right.
maybe this will be his lucky day.
This may be his lucky day. All right. He thought he had 200 and he didn't. So in go the clothespins. 1 through 30. And John, you get to pick one number. Mom, you can turn that on. Let it go round and round. And it will. John, what do you want to pick between 1 and 30?
I'll go with 21.
21. All right.
Lucky 21.
Always a lucky or, unless you're me, unlucky number. Okay.
The dealer hit it again.
9 and 28.
That's your pick. Okay.
You're predicting 28?
9 or 28.
Okay. All right.
Who picked 30 as the number of clothespins?
I think that was me.
Okay.
A long time ago. Is that a bad number?
I'm not going to get into it.
All right. All right, here we go. Mom, let's pull them out of there.
Okay. First number is 26.
Ooh, okay.
Close. 29.
29. You're getting in the neighborhood, John.
Getting there.
Yeah.
12.
12.
Oh.
If only you were dyslexic, you'd be in like Flynn. Yeah.
If only I thought you said 12. Oh, boy.
All right, stand by, John. Davey is going to hook you up. Mom, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much. Okay. And away. You stand by, John, if you could. Don't go anywhere.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. And, well, what's wrong with the number 30? 30 of them.
No, it's all right. Do you have a reason you picked it?
I think when we first started doing this thing, like 25.
They only had 30 clothespins.
25 years ago, it was 1 to 20.
Okay.
And people were winning like crazy.
Sure.
So somebody called up and said, you need at least 30 numbers in order to make it a competitive contest.
All right.
So we went with 30.
Okay.
Somehow, though, what I should be doing is
consulting the human calculator.
What I should have. I should have called you.
I'm taking it personally a little bit.
I know, as you should. All right, let's talk about real stuff. And although, you listen, winning money is the real deal. It really is. Even John thought he had won. John Mannion, speaking of winning, had a big victory on Tuesday night in the Democratic primary. And now we go on to the general. He'll be facing Brandon Williams.
Correct. And I want to congratulate the senator on his primary victory, but I may want to advise him to move his spots to the Mets on SNY because nobody's going to be watching the Yankee games pretty soon.
Yeah, I didn't see one of your commercials, John, during the Mets games, just for the record.
All right, good to know. I mean, I appreciate that. And for the record, also, when you played the little move there on John Mannion, who's going to be on your game, right. I did respond over here on the other side. So
you did.
I'm
sorry,
I was on hold, but
yes.
But I said thanks for having me on, and then realized you don't only catch the rest of your audience, you got me too.
Okay, well, my apologies. I don't want to be that guy that got you.
You did. Oh yeah.
Well,
that's exactly.
Listen, congratulations on the win the other night, which means now you're going against the incumbent, and talk about your feeling for this upcoming race. It's a big district.
It is. I've lived in the district my entire life, and I've been running for office here for this is my fourth time, so I'm over 6 years, and I understand what the needs of Central New York and the Mohawk Valley are. I was a teacher for a long time, as you know, a science teacher, so I know what it's like to live here, and I bring that right now to Albany. And I know the voice that I have to be. I know the concerns that people have here, and it has to do with jobs. It has to do with affordability, and it has to do with whatever I hear at the door. So now, I'm running to go to Washington and be a representative that I think understands the region, has a reputation of delivering for the district and understanding the people that he serves, and I carry myself in a positive way, and I'll continue to do that and try to make sure we're focusing on the issues and not into, the crazy politics that I think 99% of us reject.
A lot of crazy politics. I mean, you were hit with some crazy politics at the end where they made accusations about the way staff is treated and that sort of thing. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think the timing of it says everything. We're 7 days before an election.
Yeah.
I've been a teacher for almost 30 years. I've been in the public eye while I was teaching. I was a union president starting around 2013. So over 10 years, a state senator for 4, and then 7 days before an election, this comes out. The voters rejected that. And if you look, certainly in Onondaga County, where people really know me, they were like, what is this? What's going on here? So the voters have validated that. I'm honestly moving on and have to focus on the race and of course, still focus on making sure I'm serving my constituents as a senator while I'm doing that.
So I do feel that in the last race, Oneida County was really ignored, and Brandon Williams walked away a winner. It was how do you and by the way, Sarah Clee Hood did win Oneida County. I do feel you're talking about a district, a congressional district where we're pretty used to having our congressperson, congressman, congresswoman live here, be from here and live here. And that's not going to be the case moving forward. How do you win over Oneida County? And do you agree Oneida County plays a big role in this?
It absolutely does. And I certainly watched the last election. And as somebody who's, an Onondaga County resident, I watched the old district and I would flip back and forth and understand the concerns. And I, have represented right now. I have parts of Oswego and I used to have parts of Cayuga. I understand that dynamic. What I have done is, you saw what Cayuga County numbers were like if you were looking at the United and Madison numbers, which is I won that county overwhelmingly. And it's not just because people know me. It's because I was really embedded in the community, listening to their municipal leaders, delivering for them. And, we don't have to go into every detail, but that's my job now, is to work. My job is to, and again, I had the legislative session between January and June. It's very challenging to get to all over the district outside of my Senate district when you're in Albany, particularly. But I never missed a vote in Albany. I was always there doing my job. So when I get invited to something in Oneida County, if I can make it, I'm there, and I have been. I have deep ties to Oneida County. I was a basketball referee for a long time. I was a coach. My aunt had Down syndrome. She lived in Rome for almost 20 years. We were there all the time. My grandmother passed away in Marcy. She lived there. She lived into her late 90s. My dad was a railroader, so I got to, and I may have said this on the show last time, I got to run down to Utica, get off the train with him, spend, it was kind of like a bring your kid to work day on occasion and come back, So listen, I've got good ties there. I build relationships. I'm a Democrat who currently represents 33 municipalities, 29 of them Republican led. So, you just got to work and get to know people, and that takes time.
Remember that technical foul you called on Whitesboro during the playoff game? That's gonna come back to haunt you.
Let me tell you, I had a sectional game where it was in the school district where I was teaching against my alma mater, and that was, this is where, referees, they have a job to do, a whole bunch of other professions, and I took that seriously, like I take this one, and I hope and believe I did a good job. I will not invoke the name Buddy Evans, however.
Okay. I do want to say that you talk about getting to know people, name recognition, facial recognition as well, and I do think you're going up against an opponent who, what I have heard in Brandon Williams, and we've certainly had him on the air several times, but one of the things that I've heard from people here is that if they saw him on the street, they would not be able to pick him out. They have not seen him a lot. And do you see that has your research shown that, and do you see that as an advantage?
I mean, you are right that we do poll those kind of things, like how many people do you know this person, what's their favorability. But again, I can't control any of that. So for my job is for people to get to know me. And as somebody who's lived here my whole life, I already had that teacher network, I had the coaching network, I had the referee network. Now as state Senate chair of disabilities, I have that network as well. So I already have a lot of deep roots all over the district, and that's all I can do is control what I can control, which is my presence and making sure people know me. And I don't know if people see me and say I recognize you, hey Mannion or whatever, and I usually make a joke about the size of my cheeks or my ears or something like that.
Right. Listen, I'm going to ask you the speaking of polling and doing that market research, the one question that is troublesome for Republicans and Democrats right now in 2024 is, where do you stand on Trump? And it's one that you're going to be asked, so I'll ask you.
Sure. But listen, for me, I was in a classroom in 2016, and that was a major motivation for me to get out of my comfort level and run, because I watched a presidential election and also watched 16-year-olds and my own children watch a presidential election like I had not seen before. And I think the word I would come back to is civility. We're going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with sometimes, members of my own party or even the majority of my own party. And I was hit on that in this primary election. But I've got to do what's best for the people that I represent and be their voice. So that's what I do. So for me, I see where we are in 2024. We're more divided than ever. I don't want to make that any worse than it is. My opponent is endorsed by Trump. He is endorsed vice versa. But for me, let's get to work. Let's deliver. If you talk to my colleagues in the state Senate, Republican or Democrat, they would go, John Mannion's working with everybody. I've got, as disabilities chair, it's really, first of all, an honor. But second of all, if you're going to have a committee that's going to work in a bipartisan way, it's going to be the Disabilities Committee. So I get to hang my hat on the work that we've done there. So for me, I think we can do things in a more positive way, not tear each other apart, because again, it's unsustainable is what I see.
Yeah. It's funny you use the word civility. I expect a lot of that tonight during the debate. We'll see if I'm delusional. Senator John Mannion, thank you so much for the time. Again, congratulations. But now it's back to work, and we hope to get you back on soon.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. I appreciate the opportunity.
And I'm sorry you didn't win the money. I apologize. All right. Thank you. Senator John Mannion. All right. We'll talk more about that and more about Herkimer basketball. Really, really cool playing UConn. How about that? We'll break news coming up next. Then we head into the 8 o'clock hour on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
The election is still more than 4 months away. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but the first Trump-Biden showdown is tonight, the CNN presidential debate.
We hope that these moderators, who both have a long history of anti-Trump statements, will put those aside to, again, focus on the issues that matter to the millions of people who will be tuning in tonight.
Trump campaign spokesperson Caroline Leavitt also just told Fox.
We hope they will ask Joe Biden why he lied to CNN's face on the debate stage in 2020 about the existence of the Hunter Biden laptop. And we hope that they will focus on inflation and immigration.
President Biden's been prepping and practicing at Camp David. Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports from the White House. Democrats
put up billboards around Atlanta welcoming former President Trump as a convicted felon, finding ways to get under Trump's skin, a key goal for Team Biden staffers, according to an NBC report.
In 2 hours, we'll get more Supreme Court rulings with cases left to decide as justices end this term. Among them, the Trump claim he should be immune from prosecution and one that got leaked.
That document, quickly removed but not before being viewed by Bloomberg News, shows the justices appearing to side with the Biden administration in a challenge to Idaho's restrictive abortion law. The case centers on whether federal law supersedes the state on performing abortions in emergency situations to protect the patient's health.
Fox's Jared Halpern. An attempted military coup fails in South America. A Bolivian general now under arrest.
Supporters of President Luis Arce gathered in the capital, La Paz. They wanted to topple our president, says one, but the Bolivian people didn't allow it. The rebellion is over, but Bolivia's political and economic problems remain unsolved.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Houthi militants have attacked yet another ship in the Red Sea from Yemen. A U.S. coalition warship is on the way, responding to a distress call. It's believed to be the third ship targeted by the Iran-backed militants in that region this week. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey guys, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel worse than what we're being told in the news? That's because the official inflation rate doesn't tell the whole story. Since January 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but what you can do is stop your losses today. How? By diversifying your savings into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. When you're done, your money will be parked in a tangible asset with a proven history. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. I trust Birch Gold. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax-advantaged status. So text PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold.
Message and data rates may apply.
There's a funeral today for Jocelyn Nungary, the 12-year-old Texas girl whose body was found in a creek after she'd been strangled to death by two men in the U.S. illegally. They're now jailed, charged with murder, and could face the punishment a convicted killer got last night in Texas.
Ramiro Gonzalez admitted he'd kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and shot an 18-year-old woman to death in 2001. But Bridget Townsend's body wasn't found until October of 2002, when Gonzalez led authorities to where he dumped her remains in southwest Texas after he'd been sentenced to 2 life sentences for kidnapping and raping another woman. When the Supreme Court refused to halt the execution, Gonzalez was given a lethal injection at the state prison in Huntsville. Only minutes before he died, Gonzalez said, "I can't put into words the pain I've caused, y'all. I hope one day you will forgive me." Jack Callahan, Fox News.
On Wall Street, we've been seeing stock futures on the way down. The morning after, there was a slight gain for the Dow. They up 15 points. The NASDAQ rose 87. NBA teams got new players last night.
Second year in a row, a French player was taken with the first pick in the NBA draft. It worked out well for the Spurs last season after Victor Wembanyama was unanimous selection for Rookie of the Year. Zachary Risache is not considered in the same class as Wembanyama. The second player picked in the draft, also from France, the Washington Wizards took Alex Sarr. The Rockets picked Reed Shepherd out of Kentucky with the third pick. Then the Spurs went with Stephon Castle out of UConn.
That's Fox's Jared Max. The two-time College Player of the Year, Zach Edey from Purdue, was the 9th pick of the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the second round of the NBA draft is this afternoon, with a lot of attention on LeBron James's son, Bronny, and if the Lakers or any other team selects him. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Dominio. Cloudy skies, 63 degrees, only going to be in the low 70s today. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. A WIBX listener is warning residents that car break-ins can happen anywhere, even in broad daylight. Andrea Florentino said she and a friend were walking the Ray Hill Memorial Recreational Trail by Route 840 in Whitestown Tuesday When they returned to their vehicles, they found the windows smashed and learned their purses had been stolen. Florentino filed a police report in hopes that sharing her story will raise awareness. Police say never leave valuables in plain sight in a parked car, and if you must leave them, hide them or store them in the trunk. We'll speak with Florentino coming up this morning on First News with Keeler. Consumer confidence dipped in June. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index slipped nearly a point from May due to increasing uncertainty about the future. The board's chief economist noted a pullback in confidence despite overall upbeat sentiment about the strength of the labor market. The survey noted purchasing plans slowed for homes and cars for the next 6 months. Meanwhile, the share of consumers planning a vacation continued to rise, with more Americans opting to remain in the U.S. than traveling abroad. Governor Hochul is announcing more than $950 million in financing for upgrades at school districts throughout New York. She says the funding will be obtained through tax-exempt bonds issued by the Dormitory Authority of the state of New York. They'll cover classroom additions and renovations, athletic field improvements, energy efficiency upgrades, safety enhancements, and technology updates at 69 schools. More than $100 million apiece will go to school districts in the Mid-Hudson and Capital regions, and more than $71 million will go to schools on Long Island. A 16-year-old Utica teen was arrested on burglary and arson charges. According to Utica police, officers were dispatched to Whitesboro Street Monday for a burglary in progress. The caller provided a description of the suspect and said another burglary had taken place the day prior. The suspect started a fire which damaged the building. Police said they found the suspect hiding on the side of the building and quickly arrested him. The teenager was charged with third-degree arson and burglary, as well as fourth-degree criminal mischief. Their identity is being withheld due to their age. And there is a free fishing event going on in New York State. New Yorkers who like to fish can take part in the very popular activity at no cost this weekend. A free fishing weekend gets underway Saturday and runs through Sunday, with no license required to participate. Officials say free fishing days give people the opportunity to enjoy the natural beauty that is found in every corner of the state. The Free Fishing Days program started in 1991 as a way to introduce folks to a new hobby. It is 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center for today. Cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy this afternoon, some sunshine, a slight chance of a shower, high right around 70 degrees. Tonight, it'll be cool. Clear skies, though, low 46. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and 76 degrees. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
62 degrees now under cloudy skies at 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. The Mets swept the latest chapter in the Subway Series after blowing out the Stankies 12-2 at Citi Field.
The Mets.
Sean Manaea earned his fifth win of the year after striking out 3 over 5 scoreless innings. It'll be nice to look back on this. You know, I'm not saying the Yankees are going to win it all, but
they might win it all.
When the Mets are not even in the playoffs, you can look back at this moment and be happy about it.
Anything is possible, and they could have a terrible rest. I mean, they could go to Houston this weekend and just get swept.
Yeah,
well, I mean, anything's possible.
There are,
although right now the Mets are a good bet.
I would be hoping for that. I never thought that I would be rooting for the Astros.
Yeah.
Go Astros! Go Astros! Go Astros!
But the Astros are on a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It may be a 10-game winning streak after this.
Did you not just hear what I said? The Mets could be swept this week. Yeah, I mean, anything could happen.
I heard you.
I never thought I'd be rooting
just
for the Astros.
Just like I said yesterday, the Mets could actually make it to 500 tonight. And what in the hell happened?
Well, 500 is an average that you will probably be used to the rest of the season.
Okay, move on.
Yeah, they lost 12-2. That was the final score.
Lord Almighty.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say.
There we go. We are done. Hey, I got to tell you one thing. Did you know today is National Sunglasses Day?
Because you're throwing shade on my Yankees, and
I'm trying to help you there. Today is National Sunglasses Day.
I wear my sunglasses.
Funny that you bring that up. How many songs are there out there that sing about sunglasses?
Well, there's Cheap Sunglasses, ZZ Top.
Okay.
Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night.
Okay.
Wow, that's all I've got right now. That come to mind.
Sunglasses, songs that include sunglasses. What do we have here? Let's see if I can get it to play. Here we go. No, apparently it's not playing. Doesn't even matter. I don't even care.
Cheap sunglasses.
Okay, it's you. Today is also a day we should all be very, very careful after this story came out because there are copycatters out there. A woman in Missouri, a woman in Missouri named Michelle Peters is accused of attempting to poison her husband and kill him. She spiked his Mountain Dew with Roundup.
Wow.
Tried to kill him. I think that'll just cause cancer. It'd be terrible. Anyway, she was giving him, honey, you want some Mountain Dew? And she'd give it to him. And that stuff is really strong.
Mountain Dew kills. It's very sugary.
And added the Roundup to it. She's been arrested. So what I'm saying is there are copycats out there. Be careful.
Good thing I don't drink that stuff.
You never know when Mama's trying to get you. Coming up, we'll speak with Ryan Schmelz, Fox News Radio. Andrea Florentino is a local who has had her windows smashed in while she was at an event, or she was on a trail, right? John Decker, Great TV. We'll give it a little preview. Supreme Court preview, maybe today, and the debate tonight. We'll get to all of it, along with Scott Flansburgh, who has some more interesting little tidbits. The Herkimer Originals, are going to be playing UConn coming up on July 20th. 20th.
That's good.
And you'll be able to see that on Fox Sports Network. All right, stand by. Coming back at WIBX.
Adirondack Home Furniture is the area's go-to store for top-quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. All month long, Adirondack Home Furniture is celebrating America with their Made in America sale. Stop in today and explore their extensive inventory and their many new arrivals for every room in your home. And don't forget, Adirondack Home Furniture has more than just rustic pieces. They carry a wide variety of modern, farmhouse style, and traditional. Are you looking for a better night's sleep? Then check out their selection of Restonic mattresses or Gold Bond flippable mattresses. Once you select the perfect piece for your space, they can deliver it locally for free of charge, or you can pick it up yourself from the showroom. So stop in to Adirondack Home Furniture today and celebrate America with the Made in America sale going on now. Adirondack Home Furniture in Riverside Center, Utica. Give them a call at 315-738-7817 or visit AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Step into the magic of the 2024 Glimmer Glass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater.
The Glimmer Glass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts nestled on the banks of beautiful Otsego Lake, just minutes from Cooperstown, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs from July 22nd through August 20th and invites you to immerse yourself in myth, mystery, and adventure with productions that explore the connection between identity and illusion.
From the timeless hilarity of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance to the gripping drama of Pagliacci.
Celestial escapades of La Callisto and intriguing mystery of Elizabeth Cree. Experience the magic firsthand.
The Glimmer Glass Festival, a highlight of your summer experiences in the Cooperstown region. Hiking, kayaking, picnicking, and world-class opera and musical theater. Just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and to learn more about this year's festival. Then join us and see for yourself why there's no place quite like Glimmerglass.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
The Utica Center for Development celebrates our country's independence this 4th of July with the City of Utica 4th of July Parade and Party in the Park, sponsored by Master Vito Hyundai. Join the celebration. The 4th of July Parade starts at 10 a.m. in front of the former St. Elizabeth Medical Center and ending at the Parkway Center on Memorial Parkway. The Party in the Park kicks off at 7 p.m. at Proctor Park. Buses will be transferring people from NVCC Payne Hall starting at 6. Fireworks start at dusk.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of cod Crispies. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
Brunch at Babes is the only way to spend your weekend. Bottomless mimosas, Bloody Mary flights, classic breakfasts, and some new instant classics. Boozy brunch at Babes Saturday and Sundays from 9 to 2. Breakfast quesadillas, loaded avocado toast. Babes is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with boozy brunch every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit us at babesutica.com.
Making my way straight to Babes.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
You know, we're talking about Chat GPT. So I had just gotten my test results in for all this blood work that was done, and we were like, what does this mean? So I just put it into Chat GPT and said, what does it mean? And it came out in layman's terms, what does this mean? And it came out and told me everything that what those results meant, what those huge long words meant, and then when I went to see the doctor, it was right. Now, sometimes it can get stuff wrong. You got to be careful. You know, the last thing you want to do is have it get your blood work wrong. That wouldn't be good. Anyway, this artificial intelligence is something. I want to talk to you about sunglasses coming up in a second, so stand by. Right now, on the line, Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Ryan was celebrating with me last night as the Mets clobbered the New York Yankees. Good morning, Ryan.
I'm really becoming a fan of this bandwagon Mets thing I've got going on. I think that was just such a unique take I made that I just got to own it and see if it catches on or not.
I think that the fact that you're self-assessing here, I enjoy it. I think it's healthy, and I just think, listen.
Well,
down
with the
go
exception
the Yankees.
of yesterday,
down
his
go the
team hasn't been
Yankees.
doing too great either. So
And look,
of course
the
he's
Mets,
got to hold on.
Orioles have been playing a little rough lately, but I will say, the orange and black and the orange and blue black color schemes are really cool. It's way better than the very boring Yankees color scheme.
Yeah. It's funny because somebody last night said to me, if I were to pick uniforms, the classic uniform is the Mets uniform. I'm like, no, the classic uniform is the Yankees uniform.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Babe Ruth has been wearing that one.
been a few years, right? Larry says, you said when the Mets go to Houston, they are at home. They're in New York. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. What do you think of I want you, Ryan, to tell me what you think is going to happen tonight. Ready, go. I'm excited.
Yeah, right. so going off of what who we've talked to,
yes.
At least from my perspective, who I've talked to, Democrats are expecting abortion to be a big issue from the Biden campaign. And if you watch the Democrat leadership press conference from yesterday, they went all in on this on their opening statements. So I would expect President Biden to try to force President Trump to defend his Supreme Court justice, defend Roe v. Wade. He's made a couple statements about Roe over the last couple of weeks where he said, okay, well, it should always be up to the states. It should always be up to this, that, and the other. But, he's going to be making that statement in front of a bigger audience this time. And how is that going to go over, considering the fact that Democrats do know this is a winning issue for them?
So I had heard something Trump say the other day I thought was kind of interesting, and he was talking about Roe v. Wade and how I believe a certain way. He said, but I got to get elected first. I thought that was very, very interesting because normally it was one of the more honest moments that Trump actually had, and I find that very interesting. So. I mean, Trump is not all. Trump. What we're hearing is that Trump is feeling that some of these states are going way too far, and it's causing a problem in the congressional races and for his own race for president.
Yeah, and just to be clear, Democrats think this is a winning issue for them. I'll make sure I got my journalism integrity going there.
Yeah, that's fair
but yes,
enough.
no, like you said, there was reporting that President Trump was in a meeting with Mitch McConnell and Senate Republicans, and he told them that it's not my fault. And it's not Mitch's fault that we did not win in 2022 the way we should have. It's in many ways he blamed it on abortion laws and abortion restrictions and some states going too far on the issue. And he said, and this was big for a lot of New York Republicans who spoke with Trump during the House Republican meeting, was that he told members to vote their conscience on this issue. And that was very important to some of these swing district New York Republicans because the majority of them, if not all of them, oppose a national abortion ban.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very interesting. So who's going to show up tonight?
You'll have some advisors, some members of the family. And I think there's a watch party for with some Republicans down in Atlanta, and I think a good amount of them are actually VP candidates.
Now I'm going to send it ask the same question, but in a different way. Who's going to show up tonight? Which Trump is going to show up? Which Biden is going to show up?
And isn't that going to be the question?
Yeah, we don't know. Right? No one knows the answer to this.
Yeah, and Republicans keep spreading the rumor about energy drinks that President Biden's going to take. What is the medication he's going to be propped up on? But the reality is, there's Republicans who have said, don't set the bar too low for President Biden because you're going to make it very easy for him to overachieve that bar and to exceed those expectations, just similar to what happened at the State of the Union address, as some of them were pointing out. So that's, I think, a concern for Republicans. And also, I think, there's a big emphasis from Republicans to get former President Trump to stay focused. Keep on the issues, keep it up to inflation, keep it to the border, foreign policy, and don't get off on your tangents about your grievances about either the 2020 election or your criminal cases. And I think that's what kind of the Biden campaign is hoping for, at least Democrats are hoping, is that President Trump will get distracted and maybe remind people of some of the things that turned off independent and suburban voters back in 2020.
Well, you got to think that one of these strategies and the one thing that, no matter how old he is, as long as he's conscious, we'll see. But the reality is this is an old, long-time politician. This guy knows how to debate. And
he's had a week of rest and prep. So.
And it's that talk that is lowering the bar that is dangerous. But what I would say, it has to be a strategy that Biden is going to try to lure Trump into going off, to saying things, just as you said, Ryan, that are those things that turn off that potential voter that's, I guess there are some people that haven't made up their mind out there.
Yeah, and we've talked to voters in the past who said one of the reasons they didn't want to vote for Trump in 2020 was because they felt like he wasn't focused on the things that are important. And, he was turning certain important events into sideshows. And is he going to do that tonight? That's the big question. Or are we going to see a more focused Trump who is hell-bent on getting back into office and fixing some of the problems that are going on?
The other thing I think is interesting is I think Biden is going to talk about how good the economy is, how strong the economy is compared to the rest of the world. The problem is that middle-class Americans don't feel that at all.
Yeah, and it's a spinnable economy. The job numbers are there. The unemployment numbers are there, but the prices are not there, and there's a lot of issues with it. So I mean, they're going to spin it one way or the other. They're both going to try to, President Biden's going to try to convince the American people that we're going in the right direction. Trump's going to say that he's the one who's holding it back, and we'll see how they pitch that.
Okay, going to be interesting. We hope to talk to you tomorrow on this topic. I feel like the aftermath is going to be very, very interesting. Ryan Schmelz, as always, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Do you guys want to add to any of this? It's going to be, at the very least, the anticipation. Who knows? Maybe the anticipation is going to be bigger than the actual event. But
I just wish
how do
there
you
was
not
a third
watch
party. I just wish there was a third party in America.
Well, I
that
think
was represented.
Robert Kennedy Jr. is trying to be that person, but I don't know, that moment when he took his shirt off and he started doing push-ups. Did you ever see that video?
I missed that.
A little odd.
No, but John
crazy.
in Bridgewater said something about that comment there. He said, Bill, I hope they pump up Biden with steroids and then Biden challenges Trump to arm wrestling and push-ups. Also,
that would be interesting. You know what? That would make it all worthwhile, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that Biden be able to get up off the floor after that.
Old-fashioned, Tyson-type pay-per-view.
John in Deerfield, what's going on at the Adirondack Bank Center this morning? I see there are a few tents up, and there's people putting tables and chairs out in the parking lot. Is there some event, wrestling or something going on?
Is that the season ticket? I know there was a season ticket event holder
maybe
event
that was
coming up. I don't know what that. I saw there was a tent there yesterday too.
And you can get the tickets for the OGs playing UConn for online. You don't have to sit.
You
at
do
the
not
bank.
have to sit and wait in line.
No.
We're going to talk more about that. The Herkimer OGs, the Herkimer Originals, will be playing UConn in the basketball tournament. And that is just, that in itself is an amazing accomplishment. It's huge.
Unbelievable.
And it's really, you get a chance to really just promote your brand and promote Lambert Will. And in this storyline, they're going to have to get into it. This storyline about who really invented the game of basketball.
Yes.
So I don't know how Fox Sports can call this game without talking about it.
Yeah, it's not awkward though. I think they're really excited. The TBT was looking for good stories,
and they got it.
And now this is their first year on Fox Sports. They were on ESPN for the first.
I think you guys might have replaced Boeheim's Army.
That would be a dream. I feel bad for Boeheim's Army because they won a couple of years ago. But to know that a team from Central New York could pull that off, hey, maybe it's us.
Pretty cool. I got a break. We'll come back at WIBX.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan.
Their joints are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coats shinier. And why they seem more youthful even as they age.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Dr. Marty created Nature's Blend using 50 years of nutritional research and experience, helping dogs make incredible turnarounds. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of Cod Crispies, their wild-caught, ultra-crunchy cod skin treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
Summer is here, and it's time to fill your days with family fun. With the Seize the Deal 2024 Summer Fun Card, enjoy 9 amazing attractions at an unbeatable price for just $99. The Seize the Deal Summer Fun Card offers unique and exciting attractions for you and your family. 9 great summer adventures for only $99, including Copper City Billiards. Get 2 hours of table time for 4 players, plus $15 cafe credit. If you're looking for a fun night out, Copper City Billiards in Rome is where you need to be. Skate a while longer. Get admission for 4 people, including skate rental. Valid only Wednesday 7 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday 7 to 10 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 1 to 4 p.m. Vista Lanes Bowling Center. Get 2 games for a group of 4 with shoes. For over 70 years, Vista Lanes Bowling Center has been the perfect place for birthdays and corporate parties. Make this summer one to remember and get over $600 in savings with the 2024 Summer Fun Card. Limited number available, so get yours now for just $99 at SeizeTheDeal.com.
Brunch is here at Taylor & the Cook. Yep, a top 100 restaurant in the country, now firing up pancakes, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy, and so much more. Taylor & the Cook at 311 Main Street has brunch every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mimosas, bloodies, and of course, our perfect twist on everything. Sit by the fire, up at the bar, or on the terrace with your friends. Check out the full brunch menu at TaylorandTheCook.com.
New York State's largest selection of purple mattresses are at Mattress Express right now for the 4th of July sale. Save up to $800 on select sets. Come in and try it before you buy it. We pull up the website and give you the same prices online. Go to MattressExpressNY.com.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
To be honest with you, if my wife went on and started talking about that, about me, I would say, I don't have to live with you anymore. Airing our 30-foot laundry.
My fiance would never admit that to people if I had that problem. She would be horrified and embarrassed.
God almighty. Can we talk about something good?
Yes.
Yes, we can. And it's Ricky Z at Steve Ponte Mazda. Do you know you can get a 0% APR financing at Steve Ponte Mazda? Right now, you could drive the CX-5 SE model for only $285 a month on a 36-month lease, or save with 0%. I'm saying 0% APR financing on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. See Steve Ponte Mazda for details. As Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda where it's always easy to do business. Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. And River Hills Properties is the leading #1 independent real estate agency in the area, in the region. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. You get the book, you get a listing agent who really is a partner, a team player for you, reducing the stress, giving you the opportunity to be able to not get so upset during the selling of your home, because it's a stressful time. Your listing agent at River Hills does so much more that it helps you relieve the stress, and you feel protected because they don't use the lockbox. There's not somebody that's never been in your house before while you're not there going through your home. Your listing agent is there every single time the house is shown. He or she, could even be Andrew, your listing agent, he or she will be there to make sure the lights are on and the house is in tip-top shape and ready to be shown. And they have a brand new TV show called Sold in Upstate New York. It is every Saturday at 2 p.m. on WPNY and Sundays at 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. on Fox 33. Or you can always get it by searching Sold in Upstate New York on YouTube. The episode right now features Fountainhead Group's incredible sprayer, which is battery operated with a lithium battery from DeWalt. And this thing is available in all the big stores. It is awesome. And wait till you see Bill Monjo of River Hills Properties demonstrate it. It's sold in upstate New York. It's River Hills Properties. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
All right. Also want to tell you it's your last chance to get in and sign up to win free windows from New York Sash. We're giving away 4 brand new double hung windows, triple glazed. These are beautiful windows. And just go to our website at WIBX950.com. Click on the drop down, click on Keeler, and you'll see the window contest. It'll take you right to the entry page where there's no purchase necessary. You can register to win. You can register to win 4 brand new, beautiful double hung windows. And you know the whole story. We had a new construction done 6 years ago, and they put in windows, and my wife hated them. So we have now replaced those 6-year-old windows. And by the way, the draft came in. They were cold. We replaced them with solid.
Yeah, just because they're new doesn't mean they're quality.
Triple pane, triple glaze windows from New York Sash. And you could win those very windows. No purchase necessary. Just go, sign up. On our website at WIBX950.com, go to Keeler, and then click on Windows, the window contest. All right, this story. Andrea Florentino was walking parked her car and was walking on a local trail.
Yeah, the Ray Hill Trail, which begins at the intersection of 840 and Clark Mills Road.
Yeah, right
or
up there.
Clinton Street, depending on where you are.
It's basically a new trail that is.
Yes, it's been around for a little bit, but
little parking area where you can park your vehicle, and then
correct.
And while her vehicle was parked, hi Andrea, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. While your vehicle was parked, what happened?
While my vehicle was parked, my girlfriend and I don't know, we were on the trail for about 40 minutes. We came back to find that our windows had been smashed in, and they had ransacked our vehicles and stole our purses. My purse, her wallet.
Now, the interesting thing about this trail is, depending on the time of day, you'll drive down 840 if you're heading up to
there might be one
go
car.
to the thruway or something. There might be one,
be
but there may be the trail may be
cars.
loaded with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it when you were there?
When I pulled in, let's see, there was probably about 5 cars in the parking lot. Yeah, probably about 5, and then ours, our 2 added 7. Added to 7, but
What time of the day?
we were there about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
We left about 9:50. So within that small amount of time, when we had gotten there, we did notice, a couple things that seem odd to us now, but didn't really pay attention to it then. Just normal people, getting out of their car to walk. Just, I don't know. I don't want to, point things out as these are people that did something, but it seemed odd. Maybe there was a decoy and they were just waiting for somebody to show up at the right time. So I don't know.
I mean, with how
May or may not
frequently
have been the case.
people are going in and out of the trail, I mean, I think the exit or the entrance, depending on if you've concluded your walk or your run,
Right.
People could come out at any time. So the fact that they would quickly smash the windows like that is really
Right.
incredible to me.
Yeah, that's why I think they probably didn't work alone. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Was every car smashed, or was it possible that they looked in and saw a purse and chose yours?
No, it was just ours. Because
Okay.
we did, like a little visual, but nothing was in sight. What we had in our car was not visible at all. They really had to rip apart things to find what they.
Wow.
Okay.
That takes time.
Yep.
Well, and that also debunks the theory. Certainly don't leave anything out in the open, because that's bad. But it doesn't mean because you don't leave anything out in the open that they're still not going to break in and
correct.
steal from you.
Yeah.
And it probably would be typical that a woman always has a purse, but is not always going to carry it on a trail like that. So maybe that's what they were, they were they were scoping it out. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't really a purse, just little necessity things that I needed to go to the store after, and it was not in sight. They really had to look for stuff.
Wow.
So,
Okay, so any luck with trying to track anybody down? It's almost impossible.
yeah, no, I'm sure they're not going to catch them. We've, canceled everything, gone through all the steps that we needed to. Whitestown Police just told us to let them know if we get any notifications from our bank that things were trying to be used.
Okay.
But so far, nothing. So,
all right. All right. Well, sorry to hear you went through that, Andrea. And
well, thank you.
Wish you the best, but it's a great thing to talk about so people are aware. Be very, very careful. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
if they're able to do that in plain sight, think of other things they might be able to
Right.
try to do. So just be very careful.
Bold. A lot of bold people out there.
Very bold.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, especially 9 in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
There's cars frequently driving by that parking spot. It's
Right.
incredible to me.
A lot of traffic there.
And you're not knowing whether or not there's an alarm that could be going off, which could.
Well, I was informed of this by the police, which I didn't know this prior. Car alarms don't typically go off if they break the back window to your vehicle, and that's what they told us, and we didn't know that. So.
And they broke the back window?
They broke the back window on both vehicles. Yes, my girlfriend's vehicle and mine.
So what do they crawl in?
He's thinking they must have, but I feel like that might have taken much more time, so I'm
Right.
not sure.
That's really wild. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we learn stuff every day. All right, Andrea. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank
All right,
you.
Thanks
good
so much.
luck. I mean, that's just
crazy. Did you know that about the back window?
Nope.
Yeah.
The fact that, definitely you have to have somebody else keeping watch on the trail, the entrance to the trail probably.
Well, what it might be telling us is maybe we need to put cameras out there
it's
on
unfortunate,
that parking lot.
but, you know.
Yep.
Or a guy with a shotgun. That might help.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Today is National Sunglasses Day. Did you know that?
I didn't until I got here. I didn't.
Yeah.
Cheap sunglasses.
What do you know about sunglasses?
Well, I lived in Arizona for 30 years, and I traveled to Australia quite a bit, so it gets pretty rough down there. But somebody taught me this a long time ago, and I don't understand why it isn't just common sense. But when you go out in the sun, you're not supposed to put your sunglasses on right away, because when you allow your eyes to get used to the sun, your retina actually communicates with your skin and starts creating
body
melatonin to protect your skin based upon the readings from your retina. And then you put your sunglasses on, you'll be fine. Your skin's already acclimated. But when you just walk out with your sunglasses on, your eyes don't get a sense to do that. That's when people get sunburned more, as their skin is not prepared for what's coming.
Interesting.
The more you know.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the blind people.
I'm
just saying.
Live in Arizona for 30 years, you start trying to figure stuff out.
It's funny how people say it's a dry heat. It's hot.
No, I'm not there till November.
I'm going to tell you, we went out in July or August to Vegas, and we went to the Hoover Dam, and it was 114 degrees. And you know what was dry about it? I think I must have been dehydrated, because you just could feel the salt on your forehead. There was no sweat. It was
you don't have time
evaporating off you.
You don't have to go to the bathroom. You can play 4 hours of golf and you don't even think about it, because it's all
evaporated.
Yeah. Right.
Let's talk about the Herkimer Originals. You guys are going to be in TBT, the basketball tournament.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know about it. I didn't know. I've always been watching. I think it's very entertaining, but it's $1 million winner take all. There's 64 teams, single elimination. You lose, you're gone. And it's just a very entertaining format. And what people don't know is the end of the game has changed. There's a thing called the Elam ending in basketball, where think about when you watch a basketball game now. If they're up by 10 points with a minute left, the guys are dribbling out at half court, or they're getting hacked, but the stars are sitting on the bench. The clock wins.
Right.
There's not a team.
There's
wins.
nothing longer than the end of a college basketball game.
Yes, but now
unbelievable.
Especially when Boeheim was coaching, he always found a way
to extend.
God Almighty!
So this guy, Professor Elam, came up with a way to end a basketball game. So to the TBT is the first association to accept this ending. Here's how it works. The last 4 minutes of the game, they shut off the game clock. And now they just use the 24-second clock back and forth. And so let's say the score with 4 minutes left in the game is 100-90. They add 8 points to the highest score. So 100, so 8 more is 108. So there's your target numbers, 108. Whichever team gets to 108 first wins the game. A couple things happen now. You got to play offense. You got to score. You can stop these guys with defense and catch up because you're not fighting the clock.
Right.
You're fighting the team.
Interesting.
But the coolest part is every game ends with a hero because somebody has to make the basket to get to that 108 or whatever the target number is. And so that person, whoever does it, gets to take this this piece of paper or magnet thing they put on the bracket to show that you won your game and go to the next one. So the kid or guy or girl who scores that point gets to put that up on the bracket. So it really makes it exciting.
So that would mean that if it's 90-90 with 4 minutes left, first team to 98 wins.
That's right.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Very exciting.
With how much time? You said a minute?
No,
4 minutes.
You just go back and forth on the 24-second clock.
Doesn't matter. It's first team.
No, I'm saying at what point? That was
4 minutes left in the
so
game.
4 minutes
they
left
shut
in the
off
game.
the game clock. Good, just 24 seconds. And just go on YouTube or Google and watch a couple of TBT games finish.
Yeah.
And it is 100 times better. And the NBA saw it and actually adopted it for their All-Star game. And the All-Star games is the worst. It's very boring, and the guys are just, it's a friendly thing, right? But the last quarter, they get serious. The last 4 minutes turns into a spectacle. It's really fun to watch.
Line number 2. Lambert, go ahead. I should have thought of that. Sorry. Lambert will.
I did. They just didn't listen.
They didn't listen.
And, I am curious to see if anybody has seen our billboard up on the New York State Thruway.
I have seen it. I have seen it.
So and it just says, "Welcome to Herkimer, the birthplace of basketball and home of the games inventor."
That's not a cheap billboard. How did you guys?
Our famous friend Joe Norelli and the Norelli Family Foundation.
That's awesome.
Not only paid for it, but came up with the idea, called me, and I took it to the Herkimer 9 Foundation board and said, "Hey, here's an opportunity. We just got the kid in the Hall of Fame, New York State Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's really
Here's
cool.
a billboard." And so really exciting.
Love it. So this is July 20th.
That's our first game, and if we beat UConn,
this is interesting because you have a scenario. You're not just coming in and saying, "Okay, let's be honest. There's no way we can beat UConn." You're coming in saying, "We think we can win this." And why do you feel that way?
Well, we got selected to host the ABA All-Star game in April after the season ended. And these 26 kids showed up, and there were amazing players from across the ABA Northeast and Central Division. And so by having access to an entire league of over 100 teams and saying, "Hey, let's grab the top 10 or 12 guys we can and go show up at this TBT thing," I think we have more access to people than these big schools like
and you
UConn.
say that so these are all UConn alum.
Right.
And you're saying that your team, the Herkimer team, these all-stars are younger, and if you really look at the measurements, you have a bigger team than UConn has.
Bigger, faster, and younger.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to translate to a win, but I hope it's a respectable showing and a chance for the ABA to get out there. Most people don't know the ABA exists, and it's in over 100 smaller markets that have impacts in those communities. And
so that'll be talked about. The Herkimer Originals. You'll have Lambert Will's name on the jerseys. That'll be talked about.
Yes. And Herkimer 9 on the back because that was the name of the first basketball team was the Herkimer 9.
This is an amazing advertising campaign.
Well, I just want to thank you because when I pulled in here 4 years ago and said, "Hey, Herkimer invented basketball," we've known each other 40 years. And you looked at me like something was wrong or I had bad medication.
Somebody put crack in the marijuana. That's what I was thinking.
It's late. I laughed too hard at that. It really is, the Herkimer 9 Foundation, when we met yesterday, and to sort of recollect all the challenges and just people thinking we're crazy for the first few years. And now here, Lambert's in the Hall of Fame. He's on the ballot for Springfield in December. And the OGs are playing a nationally ranked college.
It is huge to get this story out there.
I appreciate you guys and your support.
And the fact that you're not playing, some team that nobody's ever heard. You're playing UConn. So that is going to get some attention and the number 1 seed.
And our players are excited. These guys that are in the ABA have a chance to really show the level they can play at.
All right, good stuff. That'll be the 20th of July. So
Yes, sir.
coming up just around the corner. Quick break. We'll talk to John Decker about tonight and today. What's today? I don't know. Is the Supreme Court, Mike asked this question earlier, is the Supreme Court strategically waiting to come out with a decision on immunity until after the debate, or are they strategically going to place the decision on the morning of the debate? We'll find out John's thoughts. John Decker, Chief White House Correspondent with Great TV, coming up at WIBX.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. Hey, you can even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines, or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
This is Keeler in the morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Hey, the official coffee of this program, Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. So today, we're going to be cooler today, 70 degrees or so, but pleasant. It is going to be a really nice day once the clouds burn off and we get some sunshine today. But, you may want something to warm you up or maybe something to cool you off. The matcha green tea latte at Daylight Donuts. If you have not tried it yet, I would say, what are you doing? You got to try it. Coffee, espresso, lattes, iced coffee, breakfast sandwiches, bagels. Their donuts are amazing. Everything made in-house right there in New Hartford. The drive-thru is lightning fast as well. Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. So how have I done today there, Andrew, getting all your...
You are way ahead of schedule.
I am on the ball today.
This host is on fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I am. Let's see. I did want to play this clip on the woman.
Mark this on the calendar.
Thank you, Davey. I did want to.
Peanut gallery in there.
I did want to play the clip of the woman and see if it'll play this time. This is the woman who tried to spike her husband's, or did spike her husband's Mountain Dew with Roundup. I mean, are you kidding me? Here's Jackie Sprout, who owns a business next to the woman who's accused, along with the county sheriff there, talking about the crime.
Wow. That's all I can say. I just...
Okay. Can you talk amongst
She
yourselves
said,
while
wow.
I try to
She
correct
said,
this?
wow. I can't believe it.
Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, this just changes, and I don't know why that happens.
Technical difficulties are always a good time here.
I'm not reading it, that's why.
So are you a Mets fan? Oh no, you're a Diamondbacks fan.
Diamondbacks, Yankees.
Yeah.
You're a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes now.
My first game ever was a Mets game, though.
Okay, here we go. I told you this is a woman in a business next door. A woman tried to, or did, spike her husband's Mountain Dew with roundup. Here is the clip.
Wow. That's all I can say. I just recently found out that she was working next door to me, but that doesn't make a difference.
Is there more to the story? Yes, there is. And all that comes out in court.
I just hope things work out the way it's supposed to through the judicial system.
I worked really hard to play that clip, and it just wasn't worth it. No. I mean, I wish I didn't even play it.
Yeah.
What a waste.
It's all right.
I could have been
We were stalling for John.
I could have been talking to John Decker, Chief White House Correspondent with Gray TV. John, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bill. Big night.
Big
night. I know you've been talking about it.
We have.
I've been talking about it. I'm looking forward to it. We're talking about the debate, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and anybody who knows with certainty what's going to happen tonight is not being truthful. No one knows. That's going to be the reason why so many people watch it this evening, whether it's on CNN or other channels that are simulcasting it.
Go ahead.
Well, we want to kick it off with a question for you from a listener, John. This is from Rocky in Utica. John Decker covers Biden daily. Ask him if he sees any mental diminishment or loss of function in Biden.
No, certainly I've seen diminishment physically in President Biden over the course of the past 3.5+ years that he's been in office, and going back to the years that he was vice president, you see it. I mean, you don't have to cover him like I do. You know, I see him in the Oval Office, cabinet room, Roosevelt room, and that gait, you know, he just walks more slowly than he did a few years ago. It's kind of stiff in the way he walks. Yeah. But mentally, no, I don't think so. But the thing of it is, the person that wrote that sent that message to you, that wanted to ask me that question, we'll see it tonight. And I mean, that's the reason why I'm going to tune in.
Right,
He's the incumbent. He wants 4 more years in the office, in the Oval Office, 4 more years as president. He needs to demonstrate that he has the wherewithal, if you have questions about it, to be the commander-in-chief for the next 4 years.
And I think there's a problem. There is a mistake this happened in the last debate. It happened for the State of the Union. They continue to put out videos showing and saying Biden doesn't know what he's doing. He's not running the country. Obama's running the country. Hillary's at a pizzeria in New Jersey drinking baby blood. All of these things. And then when you see it happen, you've lowered the bar so low. All he has to do is perform. And he looks like a winner.
No teleprompter tonight. That's going to be the big thing.
I really feel like that's the mistake. I don't know what your thoughts are, John.
Well, I'll give you my thoughts, and I'll respond to that comment that was just made about there being no teleprompter. Also, no notes. I think that's important, too.
That's interesting.
You know, I again, you know, in the sense that every time I see the president, whether it's the places where I just mentioned, the Oval Office, the Roosevelt Room, the Cabinet Room, he always has note cards.
Reading notes.
He's always reading from those note cards. So what he's been doing the course of the past week at Camp David is preparing for this aspect of the debate. You cannot bring any note cards with you on that stage, with you to that lectern. You have to, know it all in your head. And we'll see. That this, to me, is a real test for the president. Yeah. It's something that if he meets or surpasses that test, that will be good for him. Tremendously good for him in turning around the minds of some people who are skeptical about his abilities.
Are there 3 debates or 2?
2. The second one's on September the 10th.
I thought there were 2. I saw somebody on TV talking about 3 debates. And this is there are just so many people out there that I think are considering not voting at all, and a lot of what they see tonight could determine whether or not they vote. I mean, I do think there are people that probably haven't. They've probably made up their mind, but in some cases, that making up their mind is I'm not going to vote. Tonight could change that on Trump or Biden's side.
Well, that's right. It could. Well, certainly will change potentially the narrative of the race, at least through the end, through the entire summer, leading up to the second debate in September. That's another opportunity for Joe Biden and Donald Trump. But I think that's the reason why the Biden campaign asked for this debate happening so early, is to reset the race. They see the polls. This is an opportunity for Joe Biden. He recognizes how important this is. And that's the reason why he spent almost a full week at Camp David preparing for it.
Listen, if Biden comes on that stage and does a Jack Palance one-arm push-up, then you know buy stock in that energy drink because it's going to be really something special. All right, John, thank you so much. Good luck. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
All right.
John Decker from Gray TV. Scott Flansburgh, thank you. We got to go. News is next.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
We're 12 hours away. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News from the CNN presidential debate. Democrats put up billboards welcoming former President Trump to Atlanta for the first time as a convicted felon. But his spokesperson, Caroline Levitt, tells Fox.
President Trump absolutely is the front runner in this race. He has the money. He outraised the Democrats in the months of April and May. He has the momentum. If you look at every poll, he's winning in all the battleground states.
The economy could be a big topic tonight. We just got an update showing first quarter GDP growth didn't quite slow as much as first thought, revised up slightly to 1.4%. Now, President Biden at Camp David for days has been doing debate prep. Fox's Bill Malugin details the rules tonight from Atlanta.
Candidates cannot interact with staff during the debate. Biden is going to be on the right. Trump will make the closing statements. Mics will be muted outside of designated speaking time. There will be no props, no pre-written notes. They're only going to get water and pen and paper pad provided.
Fox News will have special coverage simulcasting the CNN presidential debate at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can hear it at foxnewsradio.com. In an hour, we'll get more rulings from the Supreme Court winding this term down. One might be a potential decision that leaked online yesterday in a challenge to an Idaho abortion law.
It appears to show that the court will not actually rule on the merits of the case, but send it back to a lower court for now. Now, big if, that winds up mirroring the actual opinion, it avoids a ruling on a major hot topic in an election year, but gives the Biden administration a temporary win on procedural grounds because it will broaden access to emergency abortion, at least in the short term.
Fox's Shannon Bree. More troubles for Boeing, already facing possible criminal charges over alleged violations of a settlement with the U.S. over deadly plane crashes overseas. Boeing's being sanctioned, accused of improperly sharing information about the investigation into the door plug blowout on an Alaska Airlines flight. And there's yet another whistleblower complaint questioning Boeing manufacturing safety. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey guys, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel worse than what we're being told in the news? That's because the official inflation rate doesn't tell the whole story. Since January 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but what you can do is stop your losses today. How? By diversifying your savings into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. When you're done, your money will be parked in a tangible asset with a proven history. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. I trust Birch Gold. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax-advantaged status. So text PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold.
Message and data rates may apply.
Uh-oh, car trouble? Don't panic. Call the mechanics at J&J Automotive. With over 15 years of experience, J&J Automotive provides excellent, friendly, and affordable vehicle service. For New York State inspections, oil changes, engine repairs, and more, you can be sure that your car or truck will get the care it deserves. Located at 2929 Oneida Street in Sequoia, call J&J today. 315-790-5955. That's 315-790-5955.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan.
Their joints are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coats shinier, and why they seem more youthful even as they age.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Dr. Marty created Nature's Blend using 50 years of nutritional research and experience, helping dogs make incredible turnarounds. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of cod Crispies.